Getting nasty on a Wednesday. Here, the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. I actually punched this.
You did?
That was the first time
It's aggressive.
I punched that, yeah.
Oh, man. I mean, it's like an exclamation point.
It certainly is. Heck yeah. Jamie Rivers, Carey
breaking
Davis.
things in here, too.
Carey did not break. It was Kylie.
It was BK, actually.
It was BK who did that.
I reached over to touch one part of the light switch.
Oh.
One part of the light switch. He turned, his bag hit the other part, and it came off. And
How
then
did his bag hit that far up on the wall?
he was standing right there.
Oh, all right.
He's got a huge bag.
Yeah,
A
you're not
lot of
paying
books in that thing.
He's very smart.
Very smart.
He'll tell you.
He sure will.
Oh,
just messing with
BK
you,
just took
BK.
a...
He just took a ricochet.
I love
bullet.
BK. He's funny.
Stray. He's limping down the hall right now.
Certainly is. Cardinals right now up 1-0 in the bottom of the seventh. Steven Matt's in some trouble. Hopefully they can get out of it. The Cardinals have walked a tightrope today, but Eric Fetty was outstanding. Steven Matz came in, recorded one key out in the bottom of the sixth to preserve the 1-0 lead, which was provided by Jordan Walker.
Yeah, baby.
Jordan Walker got a hit in the ribby.
Yeah.
What?
And they said it couldn't be done. But he did it.
They don't know. They don't know ball.
Are we watching the best version of the 2025 Cardinals right now?
I thought you were going to say Jordan Walker.
Oh, no. I hope not. I hope this is not the best version of him.
I mean, yeah, you won every game that you've played over the last 9. Of course, this is the best version that they can produce, in my opinion, right now. I don't know how you get better than not losing, Anthony. Just saying.
That's a good point.
This is
But from like a style standpoint, not necessarily a record standpoint.
from the style of play. I think so. I think there are still some things that you want better. You want, when Nolan Gorman is in the game, to play better, to hit better. You want Jordan Walker to hit better. He did get the 1 RBI today, but you do want him to play better. He's been good in the field. Him and Victor Scott had a little miscommunication there, and the ball dropped in between the two of them. But you've been seeing the best version, I think, of pretty much. I don't know how much more you can get, how much juice you can get out of these players. I don't know how much more you can squeeze out of them in terms of playing at a higher level, if that makes sense. We talked about Wilson Contreras, how well he's played at first base. We've talked about Brendan Donovan earlier in the year, how well he's hitting Lars Newbar and leading off home runs. You know, he's playing extremely well, been healthy, knock on wood. It's been a really good team. It's been a really good month of end of April, beginning of May. So, yeah, I think this is the best version. I don't know what more you could ask out of the entire team as a whole, Marshy, but maybe individual players.
What the hell?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just
You're
looked
fine.
at you. Jamie was looking me in my eyes. I didn't want to do it to him. And you had your back to me. You're an easy victim.
Oh, so you're right behind my back, huh?
Sorry. So, yeah, I don't know what more you would want.
I don't think it's the best version. It's a great version, but the best version is if you got Jordan Walker hitting the ball. Imagine what this team could be if Jordan Walker was just contributing at an average level. I'm not talking about above average, star, superstar, average. If you had him at a 100 WRC plus, what this team could look like. So that's why, and I hate to blame it on one player, Gorman could be, you could pick either one of those guys and circle them and say, imagine if those two were hitting at least just league average.
Yeah.
This team would be even better. So that's why I say it's not the best version, because everything else I'm fine with. But you still have not underperforming. You have guys that aren't performing, like, at all in those spots.
Yeah.
Jordan Walker, nice play defensively. Last game, nice run batted in today. Great. Happy for him. But if you had that on a regular basis, I think the Cardinals would not only reel in the Cubs, but I think the Cubs would be playing catch-up for most of the season then.
Yeah, I think the untapped potential is still within the offense, like you guys are kind of alluding to. I don't know if the starting pitching staff can be any better than what it has been.
How about Fetty?
It's been outstanding.
It's been these days. Apart from innings.
Oh, that was pretty good.
Not bad.
I don't know if this bullpen can be any better than what it's provided. Has it given up 2 earned runs or something like that over its last X amount of games? I mean, it's just the pitching staff as a whole, Marsh, has been really good, if not great. The offense is where the potential lies. Can they get more out of the guys that aren't producing? They've got power, they've got slug, but the power, the home runs,
Yeah.
really haven't been there.
Well,
and not that you want to be relying on home runs, because this team does hit a lot of doubles, but I do think that the potential there is there for more power, but it does reside in the two young guys that just aren't hitting right now.
Yeah, they've got, I think Cardinals are 10th in the league in slug, and we saw it the other day, 19th in home runs.
Right. This team rakes doubles, which is great. That counts too, guys. By the way, it's not 1-1. 1-1 at Citizens Bank Park. Tough play. Tough play. Ball kind of seeing eye, single hit up the middle. Went off Donovan's glove, and Mason Wynn got a hold of it just so that extra run didn't score. But it is 1-1. Runners at the corners now. Steven Matt's trying to get out of it. He's got a tough task against Bryce Harper. But what a job that Fetty did in the top of the sixth inning, or bottom of the sixth inning, excuse me, when he got Kyle Schwarber and Nick Castellanos to pop up in back-to-back at-bats with danger on the base pass. Fetty has been excellent. And Carey, you kind of posed this question. Maybe we'll get to it tomorrow. And this is going to be one that we continue to talk about as the trade deadline approaches in a couple of months. But what do you do if they're playing well? What does the front office do?
Very good question.
Because this is it for Mo. And part of him, I'm sure, wants to go out with a team that made it to the playoffs. As opposed to...
I would want to go out with a team that wins the World Series. Oh, he's out.
Yeah, so...
Wins the World Series.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Just an update from Citizens Bank Park. Mason Wynn just tried to make an unbelievable catch behind the back. Now there's some discussion going on, but I think the Phillies are going to take...
discussing. The guy got tagged out at home by like 3 feet.
I think they're saying...
are they trying to do infield fly rule?
Well, no, Pajes might have been blocking the plate before he got there.
No.
I think that's what they're going to say. He was standing in the way. And was it stopped? He had to slow down.
Well, we'll figure that out.
Unless I'm crazy.
Well, come on, don't paint us into a corner.
Pajes looks banged up. It's a good thing you have 3 catchers
Exactly.
on the roster.
Yeah, they got 3.
Well,
One of them is the first baseman. He's done catching.
After he itch. Look at him standing right there. He's got the itch.
You see, and he got his back to him like, don't look at me. He's not checking on anything. He's not looking.
So there's a play that was hit up the middle. Mason Wynn tried to make an unbelievable catch. He fired home. And, yeah, I guess he was a little up the line. You have to allow a path, and they may say that Pajes didn't.
oh, that's BS. He's out.
No, he's standing in the way before he catches the ball. He doesn't have the ball in his glove, and he's standing in the way.
What happened to real baseball when you ran the damn catcher over and his helmet went flying? That was when baseball was real, Anthony.
Was that
Pete Rose.
Darren Hatcher and Ray Langford? Is that who that was?
I mean, there's been a
Darren
lot.
Hatcher. He played for the Dallas Stars.
Not Darren Hatcher.
Tell you what, if he came down third baseline,
That'd be ugly.
Yeah.
He's a mutant.
Boy. What was the catcher's name? When Ray Langford ran him over.
Carter.
No.
I don't know.
Ray Langford. You know, I don't
Langford
I remember Ray Langford
ran over. What was the catcher's name? Was it the Reds or the Phillies?
Ray.
Dalton? You're talking about Darren Dalton?
Darren Dalton. Yes. That's him. Yeah.
The biggest collision I remember was Pete Rose and Ray Fosse in the All-Star game.
Yeah.
When Pete Rose just absolutely leveled him.
He didn't have the ball.
He shouldn't have slowed down.
The bottom
He
line
had
is,
to
Carey, the
because-
catcher had the ball.
No, he did not. He did not
5
have the
feet
ball.
beforehand.
The ball was waiting, and he's standing on the base paths.
So challenging it right now. It could be 3-1 Phillies here in a couple of minutes. Right now it's 2-1 Phillies.
Uh-oh.
And
Mr. Hand is
the
going to tell
rule
us.
is in.
No, he's out.
He's out.
Told you.
Called him out.
What do you say? Act like he's out for it.
I said, oh, he's out.
No, you went, oh, he's out. Yeah.
I said,
yeah.
oh, he's out. I was
Yeah.
surprised.
You just flopped right in real time.
I said,
in real time.
oh, he's out.
Didn't look like there was much of a lane. But I'm glad they called him out
I am
anyways.
too.
I don't believe you.
I just play. Here's the thing. I call it how I see it, Jamie. You know,
But you saw it wrong.
I clearly, my eyes worked fine.
I know. I put my glasses on.
Ryan Crawford from the Snake Pit supposed to getting knocked out. He actually didn't get knocked out. He has his leg snapped. Out for the season.
Who is the one catcher that got mowed over in the All-Star game?
It was Ray Fosse from Pete Rose. Pete Rose just
I don't think
absolutely
he ever played again.
It just annihilated him.
Hey, that's when baseball was baseball, baby.
That's future Hall of Famer Pete Rose.
Pete Rose, yeah.
You guys still
He
think
ran
he
him over
gets...
because he had money on the game.
On the All-Star game? Come on, Jamie.
Hey, you can bet it.
Come on, Jamie.
If they play it, you can bet it.
Here you go, Jamie. That's
Yeah.
Come on, Jamie.
Do you think he still gets in the Hall? I know he's eligible now, but
No, the writers are not going to vote him in.
Okay.
me neither.
No.
So
The writers are not going to vote him in. They're not going to vote Bonds in. They're not going to vote Clemens in.
what about Shoeless Joe?
Don't the players get a vote?
No.
I thought there was a
They
committee.
don't get a vote, do they?
There's a committee of
Yeah, there might be. There
former
might be.
players.
Yeah.
Imagine former players being able to vote on what other Hall of Famers should join.
Yeah, that's always been my biggest pet
So
peeve
weird.
about the Hall of Fame in hockey, in baseball, in
Football.
everything. Get the players who are in the Hall of Fame
Played against those
to
guys.
play against those guys to vote.
Yeah.
A writer. No disrespect to a writer. Of course.
You ain't never-
Maybe they can have a percentage of the vote.
Listen,
It's a great idea, Jamie.
you ain't never laced them up against some of these guys. You probably don't really know how
Well, it just
dangerous it is.
grinds my gears because guys like Keith Kachuk still aren't in the Hockey Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And he's clearly was one of the most dominant players of his era as a power forward. And he's still not Hall of Fame. Like, come on. Got guys in there like Eric Lindros, a very dominant player. But his numbers, look at his numbers compared to Walt's numbers. Just saying, Anthony. By the way, that guy was out at home plate.
Hey, Matt Carpenter has decided to retire, so we'll get into his career with the Cardinals, our favorite memory of Carpenter's career, what endeared him most to the fan base, and kind of his legacy. We'll talk a little MARP next on 101 ESPN.
BT here for my friends over at Diamonds Direct. Hopefully you were smart this past weekend. You went to Diamonds Direct. You got that perfect Mother's Day gift. She's going to love it forever. Well, it's not just Mother's Day that Diamonds Direct is good for. It's good for all the occasions, especially if you have got a graduate coming up, a graduation gift, something that they could keep forever. They've got you covered over at Diamonds Direct. They've got gifts that fit every budget from under $500 to once-in-a-lifetime investments. I mean, Diamonds Direct has quality pieces at every single price point, and you need to get in there and check them out. One of my favorite things about going into Diamonds Direct truly is the people. These are diamond experts, but there's no pressure. The environment is amazing, and they're going to help you find that perfect gift for that special graduate in your life. Go check them out. Go to diamondsdirect.com, but you're going to want to get into the showroom. That's where you're going to see the selection, meet the people. You're going to love it at Olive and 270 at City Place. It's Diamonds Direct.
wanted to take this opportunity on this podcast here with you and officially announce my retirement from the game of baseball. Was very fortunate enough to play, for some great organizations, and had quite a thrill being able to don the St. Louis Cardinals logo for many years, a brief stint with the New York Yankees and also the San Diego Padres.
That was Matt Carpenter, who announced his retirement on Sports Spectrum's Get in the Game podcast with Scott Linebrink. It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter. Your favorite memory of Matt Carpenter? Marsh, let's start out with you because I feel like you're really great about this. Plus, Carey and Jamie weren't paying attention.
I was paying attention. I thought Carey was going to say something.
I thought Jamie was talking. He was busy doing something with his hands.
Marsh, your favorite memory from Matt Carpenter's time in St. Louis, because you're the only one paying attention.
Okay, so for me, it has to be the game. The Cardinals are trailing. It's game 1. They're taking on the Dodgers. I forgot what year it was because it seems like every time the Cardinals played the Dodgers and Clayton Kershaw was on the mound, they ended up winning the game. But Matt Carpenter, I believe it was a bases-loaded double, clears the bases. Cardinals go up. They end up winning that game, and they end up winning the series, too. For me, that was a memory for me that really sticks out. Because that was when the Cardinals were like at their height. Mm-hmm. And Matt Carpenter was a huge part of that. And I just remember Clayton Kershaw standing there on the mound, with his hands on his knees, and Matt Carpenter at bat. Like, it was just a really cool moment. There's a lot of really cool Matt Carpenter moments, but that one for me is probably my favorite.
I know exactly what you're talking about because that's mine as well. It's the 2013 NLCS. It was Game 6. He was facing Kershaw.
Oh, that was a different time.
Oh,
that was at home.
Son of a bee.
I'm thinking of game 1. It had to be the 2014 NLDS.
Oh, no, I'm thinking 2013 NLCS Game 6 against Kershaw. He lined to double to right fields. He was an 11 pitch at bat.
Yep.
And that ignited the 4-1 rally and then propelled the Cardinals to move on. So that was my favorite moment, 2013 Game 6 NLCS. That was like the quintessential Matt Carpenter at bat, where he's fouling, taking. 11 pitches against Kershaw, only to rip a double in a right field. Mm-hmm. Like, that to me was Matt Carpenter if you're going to sum him up as a Cardinal.
Yeah, remember that game? I think it was the Cubs where he hit 2 or 3 home runs? One game?
Yeah.
I know for sure it was 2. I don't think it was 3. It was 2.
Probably 2.
2 dingers, same game. I wish I was better with dates and things like that, but I remember that.
2018.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2018, he had 2 home runs. He was 5 for 5. 2 home runs, 2 doubles, career high, 7 RBI. He became the first Cardinals player and the only second baseman in MLB history to record 5 extra base hits in the first 6 innings of a game.
And then there was another time, too. I forget what.
It's ridiculous.
I forget what year. Again, we know years and dates are not good for me. But he hit a grand slam. And it was, not long ago. It was a time where he was like, should he be in the lineup? Should he not? Should they keep him?
Was that against the Cubs, too?
I think it might have been against the Cubs. And
Wrigley?
It put him somewhere. It moved him up all time of, like, guys who've hit grand slams. Mm-hmm. So I remember those moments.
Yeah.
And, of course, who could forget the Carpos?
Oh, yeah.
And the salsa.
Yeah,
the Carpos had a more special moment for us in the fast lane here.
Yeah. Jamie bought me a box of Carpos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody, actually.
Yeah, everybody. He got everybody some Carpos. And you may be wondering, like, why did he get you Carpos? Because he was at the grocery store in the pandemic, and that's all they had.
Massive shelf full of Carpos.
Oh. Why?
I don't know. They're pretty good. They were bad, I guess.
That's where I coined the name Carpos.
Yeah, I don't know what they were called. They were
Carpenter Crunch. Yeah. I called them Carpos.
Carpos.
For me, it's going to be the entire season. 2013 led the league in hits, led the National League in hits, led the league in doubles. It's like every time he came up to hit, you felt like he was going to get a double. Mm-hmm. He was getting on base. He was going to do a good job. He was top 5 in MVP voting. So that entire season, I think that's the same year you were talking about, Marshy, when he. Is that the same year you were talking about?
No, so I was thinking of 2014.
Okay.
2013 is the year that Anthony's talking about, where I believe in that series he had 2 long at-bats against Clayton Kershaw, once in L.A. and then once in Game 6 where the Cardinals ended up winning the pennant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He was always the straw that stirred the drink for the Cardinals lineup.
And my favorite thing about him, gentlemen, was the fact that he did not wear batting gloves.
Yeah.
And he held strong, too. He never gave in, even when he couldn't hit the ball.
Strong hands.
Yeah, I mean, like when he was in a slump, he wouldn't, like some guys would change things.
Yeah, he did. How do you know?
What? You change things in your slump?
Nah. You said he held strong.
He did.
You know.
Great grip.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That's why he didn't need gloves, Carey.
Clearly. You would know better than any of us. You said it. Is he a Cardinal Hall of Famer?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that was no pushback there. All right. That's all I had.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Yeah, he finished 4th in MVP voting in the year that you're talking about, Carey, 2013, which was his breakout year. Earned his first Silver Slugger award as the first baseman for the Cardinals, and it was the first one to do so. I mean, Matt Carpenter, for a stretch of time, he was never flashy, but he's certainly the one that, I think, Marsh, you just alluded to it, that you believed every time he was coming up to the plate, he could do something.
Even in the World Series in 2013, he was that final out, which it sucks to see. Like, you never want to be that guy that's a part of a team winning the World Series. Like, even in at bat, like, I'm like, this dude's going to get on base. The Cardinals are going to find a way to win this game and extend the series. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. But even in that moment, I was watching the game and feeling like Matt Carpenter is going to spark a rally because I've seen it so many times.
Definitely. And I think Carpenter, too, I'm glad. One of my favorite non-Cardinal moments was him coming back here to St. Louis with the Yankees. And it was a weekend series. And I went to the Saturday game. It was the hottest day in St. Louis that summer. Literally, it was the hottest day.
It was the longest game ever.
And it was the longest game. Adam Wainwright pitched, and so did, I think it was Frankie Montas, who the Yankees just acquired from the A's.
Yeah.
And both guys got ripped. I mean, right out of the gates. But Matt Carpenter got a standing ovation every time he came to the plate.
That's awesome.
That series. So that was fun. What's not fun is Wilson Contreras watching a fastball go down the middle
Yeah.
with runners at second and third and the 8th. Phillies up 2-1.
They had runners at second and third, 1 out. Arenado popped up to first base, and Wilson Contreras looks at a strike right down the pipe.
I'm going to ask you something that's very therapist-esque right now, but I'm interested. How does it make you guys feel?
What?
That right there, what we just saw.
Maybe
It's frustrating,
sick to my stomach.
but it's baseball.
Okay. Does it make you
How
feel
did two
like
of the best hitters on your roster both screw it up with guys on second and third with only one out?
All we needed was a sack fly.
Never mind the sack. How about just make contact? Make contact. Put the ball in freaking play. The guy who gets the ball has a decision to make now. Go to first or go to home.
That's why I asked that question there.
Still got
'cause-
another inning.
Okay.
But you had it there, Carey.
Yeah, still got another inning.
And then Contreras, how do you watch a strike three? Dude,
Baseball is
you're
hard.
in the lineup because of your bat.
I mean, it would be different if it was like a
Get it off your
sinker.
damn shoulder.
It's like a sinker in on the hands,
He's in there for his defense.
and you watch that like, I don't know. But
That was not on the hands.
no, that's what I'm saying. Like if it was like a sinker right in on the hands and catches like the outer half of the plate, what are you gonna do? You ain't hitting that ball anyways.
The reason why I ask is Marsh and Carey both believe. Jamie's back in the mode of Cardinals are going to Cardinal.
Yeah.
No, come on. Come on. No.
This is the meltdown.
This is why I asked. This is why I asked.
This is the game that'll lead into a 4-game slide for the Cardinals.
There it is.
Because of that crap right there that I'm watching.
Hey, you keep that same energy when Ivan Herrera hits a game-tying home run in the 9th inning.
Okay. Okay, Fantasyland.
Oh, I don't know. He's had a vision.
He's had a vision before, I know. I have to
Yes.
stick to my guns here.
Specifically with Ivan Herrera.
Listen, I've already put my chips in the middle. I have to ride it out.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you're out to the island there.
Yeah.
I see you. I even waved.
That's actually that, by the way.
Yeah. Canoed himself out there.
Sure did.
All right, is it possible to build a team
Is that because I'm native? Is that why you said that?
Not just because I know you like canoes.
Really? Okay. I see where we're headed. Carey, I know what's up.
Yeah.
This guy.
You rode out there by yourself?
No.
No, he canoed out there.
He made a reference to my heritage.
No.
You know?
I don't think that's what he was
We're not going to take that.
We're not going to take that. I think you'll be fine. Is it possible to build a team that works with and without its face of the franchise if you lose said face of the franchise? I have a prediction that Carey's going to say, Find out next on 101 ESPN.
If you're looking to get into the sports betting world, please take a quick second and download Circus Sports Illinois, the app. You can find it on their website or at the App Store, any App Store for that matter. Super easy to download, very user-friendly, lots of fun. And if I'm looking just at tonight alone in the NHL, I see a couple of games I like. I think the Leafs are going to implode even more than they already have. I like Florida at minus 140. Flip side of that, I think the Vegas Golden Knights are going to defend the fortress out in Vegas. I like them on the money line at minus 125. Those are just two plays that are available on Circus Sports. They also got great lines on all their futures bets. We just talked about the money line. They got tight money line splits, and they have the best odds of any app that's out there. So download any other app, compare exactly what I just said to you, and you'll see that the odds on Circus Sports are better, which means you get bigger payouts. Gotta love that. They also got high betting limits, and all you have to do is download. So please don't miss out on any of the action. Find Circus Sports Illinois on your phone, your tablet, whatever. Download the app and join in on all the excitement. If you or someone you know may have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. The Cardinals have a doubleheader today. They are currently losing 2-1 in the bottom of the 8th inning to the Philadelphia Phillies. We'll talk with Brad Thompson after the game. We'll recap this first game of the doubleheader. Game 2 tonight is at 5:15. And we'll also talk with Battlehawks head coach Anthony Becht at 4:30. Coming up next, though, is it possible to build a team that works with and without its face of the franchise? I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
Well, the Warriors are in a mess right now, or they have a mess on their hands. That's Carey's favorite basketball team. Loves those Warriors, but again, they've got some issues. Carey, Steph Curry has been out, and they have not responded, which led me to think about the question: but can you even build a team that does not have the face of the franchise? Like, if you don't have the face of the franchise, this being Steph Curry, can you build a winner with or without said player in the lineup?
Without a guy?
Yeah.
In the NBA?
Yeah.
No.
Boom. Jamie.
No. I know. You nailed it.
Yes.
No. Not in the NBA.
I said there was no way in hell.
And you
I said you said there was going to be no way in hell.
And you actually specified NBA.
Yeah.
Yeah, not in the NBA. I mean,
High five.
NFL, you'll have a few guys, bigger roster. You're going to have a couple of guys.
Mm-hmm.
Major League Baseball, I think, same. You'll have a few guys. The NBA, I don't think that. I think NHL, you might be able to find a way to pull together a championship
Hockey
team.
players are resilient.
Yeah, they're tough. They're the toughest in all sports, you know.
Yes, they are.
Just ask Carey.
Yeah, that's me. Except for which goalie got hurt his neck and had to be carted off? Who was that? A couple weeks ago.
Oh,
Last week.
Stolars. Yeah. We don't claim him.
Yeah, we call that goal line short yardage.
Yeah.
Toughen up. Do the neck exercise and you'll be okay. But no, NBA, hell no. Like, I think the NBA, you actually need 2 stars, in my opinion.
So a system can't win in the NBA. It has got to be. Like, if you don't have 2 stars, don't even.
Who's the last team to
Don't
win
even
it that was
bother.
just like a blue-collar team?
I feel like the
Detroit
Heat.
Pistons. No, the win it all.
Yeah.
The Heat.
Yeah.
With LeBron and
Dwayne
Didn't they win
Wade.
one? Didn't they win one with Jimmy Buckets?
No, they lost.
They lost in the title game.
They lost.
Anthony, you're not
Or the
much of
title
an
series.
NBA guy, are you?
They lost to the Nuggets, who have a superstar
Even I knew that.
in Nikola Jokic.
Okay, I forgot that they lost. I knew they got there, though.
They did.
But no, I would go back to the Pistons, and they have 2 of those guys are in the Hall of Fame. Ben Wallace and I think Chauncey Billups is in the Hall of Fame as well. But they were a blue collar, the 04 team that beat the Los Angeles Lakers that had Kobe and Shaq
I was there.
and had Karl Malone and Gary Payton. You got all these.
That team's awesome.
They had a lot of guys.
They almost won it the year before, but Robert Horry buried one from the elbow.
Yeah. So
No. Wasn't that?
it was yes. The
Sheed was a little late getting over to coverage, and Robert Horry buried one from 3-point range.
he might have, yeah.
But anyways, they were in the finals the previous year, too. They lost to the Spurs.
Yes, that to me is probably the last thing. I went back. Like, it's hard to find an NBA team that didn't have at least 2 future Hall of Famers. The only one that I could go to would be the Rockets, the first Rockets team that won in '94.
With Hakeem?
They only had 1 Hall of Famer. You need 2. Like, the following year, they had Clyde Drexler, so they had 2 Hall of Famers. But normally, you need at least 2 guys. But you have to have a face of the franchise in order to have a successful team, in order to build
Was
around
Tony
that guy.
Parker Hall of Famer?
Tony Parker is a Hall of Famer, I believe.
Yep, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was thinking of that Spurs team, because they had Duncan and Parker.
And Ginobili might be a Hall of Famer, too.
So in basketball, I think it makes sense. But in other sports, and Jamie, you can talk more about this from a hockey standpoint. I do feel as though that you can build a team that can. I mean, it's rare, but you can survive with or without the franchise, assuming, of course, that you built a roster that's actual complete roster, as opposed to just relying on those supers. Like the Oilers, if they were to lose Draisaitl and McDavid, they might as well not play the regular season. They might as well forfeit all the games. They're not going to win anything. But the Blues in 2019, they had some semblance of star players. Like Vladimir Tarasenko was, I don't know, maybe a back end star, a B star.
Yeah.
But I think there's other examples of teams that have won with really good players, but you don't necessarily need to have like the face of the franchise.
No, the NHL has had, I'd say, more than enough Stanley Cup champions that were blue-collar teams. Like, you go back to the LA Kings, who limped in 8th place. Like, their stars were like Kopitar, Doughty, and Jonathan Quick. Now, Quick was an elite goaltender, but Kopitar and Doughty, although very strong representatives at their positions, not the ilk of a McDavid or a Makar or like those guys in the league. Blues were a team that did that. The Vegas Golden Knights, although Vegas, they got Eichel, they have Pietrangelo, they have very good, but not surefire Hall of Famers.
Right.
And they won the Stanley Cup because they had a very good, deep team and they played hard. So, yeah, it can be done, for sure.
So is the NBA the only league then?
I don't know. Like football, if you lose your star quarterback, you can be screwed.
Yeah.
Like, if you know what I mean?
You won't be able
Nick
to...
Foles on your team.
Right.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but if the Kansas City
Williams.
Chiefs last year, as they're going into the playoffs, Patrick Mahomes is hurt, can't play.
Or not Doug Williams.
What?
The Giants. Hostetler.
Jeff Hostetler.
Yeah.
But if you're the Chiefs last year, with the team that they had, or the year before even,
You're done.
you lose Mahomes as you're going into the playoffs, you're done.
Yeah.
You're not going anywhere. So I think football too, but only if it's the quarterback position.
Right. Yeah, if you lose a star running back, wide receiver, even defensive player, you could still be a very good team.
Yeah, unless it's one of those. I mean, I think if you lose a star defensive end, like I think Aiden Hutchinson hurt the Lions last year, being hurt, like him not being on there, and then they had so many other injuries. But you lose a quarterback in the NFL, it's a wrap for the season. You know that it's going to be hard to find a way to win those games and make it to a championship. But I think other sports, you can find other pieces to kind of replace those players. I think NFL is probably the hardest one if you lose that quarterback.
Right. Unless, like Marsh said, you got Tricky Nicky there, who really only had 2 good games.
Yeah, he didn't need many.
He had 2 good games. He beat Marsh's Vikings.
I don't even know if the second one was a great game.
The Super Bowl?
I think he had a great play.
he went toe for toe.
He was unbelievable.
He was okay.
They didn't punt.
They didn't. How many yards did he have? Was that the game that that the Patriots
had like 500 yards?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Brady
talking
had like
about.
500 yards passing, and they lost.
Yeah.
So he had to go toe for toe or toe to toe with Tom Brady, and
all right. So he had 2 good games. I mean, sorry.
He was terrible at the end of the regular season. He was terrible in the divisional round game too. Terrible, but
terrible.
The Minnesota Vikings came to town.
Yeah, they weren't winning that game.
Case Keenum, really good regular season. Head coach didn't believe in him, though. Mike Zimmer said, yep, if I could get rid of this guy, I would, but I can't.
Here comes the transition.
I'm stuck with him.
No, he got rid of him. Guess who they got, Anthony?
Kirky Football.
Yeah.
Who led you guys to one playoff win.
Yeah, he did.
That's huge, man.
Now he's leading your team.
Some teams don't get a playoff win out of Kirky. Even when they give him a truckload of money. By the way, final in Philadelphia, your Cardinals win streak. It's over.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It's over.
Oh no.
Thanks a lot, Contreras.
Are we blaming Contreras?
Both of them.
When in doubt, you blame Contreras. That's
2
the
highest
Cardinals
paid
model.
players on your team.
Yeah.
And they didn't deliver.
Nope. Do you cut those 2 next? We'll talk about it. Also, Cardinals-Phillies Game 1 exit survey. Next on 101 ESPN. Cardinals win streak has officially ended. The Phillies beat the Cardinals today 2-1 in game 1 of the doubleheader at Citizens Bank Park. It's Fastline on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Time for our exit survey following this 2-1 loss. Jamie, your biggest storyline from today?
Well, although it's pretty tough to be critical of a team that's, 9-game win streak. Today, it ended today. It was at 9, right?
Correct.
Yeah, it's pretty tough to be super critical of a team that just rattled off 9 in a row. So I'll just say that I'm disappointed that 2 of your top paid players couldn't deliver with a guy on second and third with 1 out.
Yep.
Then obviously 2 outs when Contreras got to the plate. But that to me was the disappointing part of it. My biggest takeaway, though, from today is that Eric Fetty is shoving, man. I mean, this is the best I've seen him pitch. Now, maybe he pitched like this last year before he got to the Cardinals. But since he's been a Cardinal, this is the most consistent he's been.
Carey?
I don't have any major takeaway. I mean, it was a great 9-game winning streak. You lost by 1 run. You talked about Eric Fetty, how well he performed. I don't think it's anything to, oh, God, how did we lose that game? It's baseball. You weren't going to win every game from here on.
Well, not that attitude.
I don't think you're going to, even if I had a different attitude, I don't think it mattered. Yeah, I don't think they were.
It always matters. Your attitude always matters.
It does, Carey.
I don't think that they were going to win every game. Just didn't think that was going to happen. That's my opinion. I mean, I've been wrong before, Anthony.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'll be wrong again. Don't think I'm wrong there.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
All right.
I think it's been a good run. You got another one today, this evening. And get up and get ready to play.
I think the biggest storyline is the Cardinals' offense fell short. I mean, they only scored 3 runs the other night, and then they failed to capitalize with runners in scoring position today. They went 1 for 10 in such situations. Yeah. Only managed 6 hits. Walker's RBI single in the 7th counted for the only run. So to me, it's the biggest storyline in relation to the Cardinals is the offense fell short.
Okay.
I don't disagree.
Nah.
What's your deal, Carey? What's the problem?
I told you.
Carey wants to just celebrate participation now.
No. No.
Listen, we're an NL Central contender.
You're going to ride the roller coaster, and if every time they lose a game, you got to go in the pits, it's going to be a long season. It's a long season. It's a marathon.
It's a long season anyways.
It's a marathon.
That's where we're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
And this offense was crap today.
You have bad days, Anthony. You know, defense to pitch shutouts now.
Defense got the shutouts now. You're out for 2. Marsh, what about you?
Yeah, I think it has to be Eric Fetty. I mean, my goodness, this guy in the last 2 starts alone has looked like an ace, Anthony, right?
Oh, wow.
All right, that's a little too much. He's been incredible,
Andrew.
though. But, yeah, I think the big storyline from today is, and I think this is what makes it so frustrating, is that you did get a solid performance from your starter. Mm-hmm. You gave up 2 runs. Like, I'm not really mad at the bullpen either. You limited that Phillies team to only 2 runs.
Yeah.
And that's twice now, right? You won 3.
You the Phillies to 2 runs, you should win that game.
Absolutely. And I think that's the biggest takeaway is that when your pitching staff gives you an outing like they did, your offense needs to capitalize. And we saw late in the game, they didn't do that. The situational hitting that we saw the other night, or like the clutch factor that we saw the other night, wasn't there today.
Yeah.
And that's baseball, right? That's going to happen. I think it just stinks because as fans, we want to see this win streak continue. And with a game so close, you think it's right there, at least to tie the game. Mm-hmm. That's what's so frustrating about this particular loss.
Yeah, we don't have to go big picture here, guys. We're just let's focus on this game. Let's be in this moment. Exactly. Yeah. This game just ended.
Let that
and you guys are like, well, they won 9 straight. Could have been 10.
Should have been.
Biggest kudos, though, Eric Fetty. His strong start delivered a commendable performance.
And I'm happy
certainly.
for Jordan Walker.
Yeah. Finally
Found a way.
He found a way
something.
to punch in a run. I mean, you got to celebrate little baby steps, too.
Yep.
If the baby doesn't take her first steps, Anthony, is she ever going to walk?
No.
You know?
Or run.
Or run, for that matter.
Or skip. Or jump. Or hop.
Dance.
Dance.
All those things. Skate.
Yes.
God. Let's celebrate the baby steps.
But Fetty and Becht, 3.44 ERA over 5 2/3 innings, demonstrated control, had composure, only allowed 4 base runners, struck out 3, very efficient. So that was my kudos. Jamie's giving it to Jordan Walker for finally doing something. Carey, you?
Wow, that was harsh. I would say Jordan Walker as well. The RBI single, the only run they scored. I mean, it got to feel good. He hit the first ball he hit was a scorcher to first base. It has to feel good to be putting the bat on the ball and to finally have some success. And hopefully he can carry that over and go 3 for 4 this evening or 2 for 3, whatever the case may be. Get a couple of more hits, string together a few games where you're getting on base, and then we'll worry about hitting the ball out in the outfield. We'll worry about hitting the ball over the fence. We'll worry about driving it into gaps. He also had a stolen base today. Like he is, I think the thing that I am enjoying about Jordan Walker is, even though he's not hitting the ball consistently, he's not allowing it to impact his other facets of the game. He's still making sure that he's being a part of the game. Yesterday a couple of days ago had the huge catch to end the game. Today stolen base, got the RBI single. So when you're trying to figure it out in one aspect and you're still doing other things that help the team win, I think that's you tip your cap to that player and tell him keep doing a good job.
Marsh wants to bench him for the second game.
That's madness.
Do you?
What?
You benching him?
What did you say?
I said
I'd bench him and let him ride the high for a game.
I didn't. Benching is like a strong word. I said I would have him sit out game 2. Let's get some other guys some at bats.
Guy just got a hit finally.
Well, you go out on a high, like
and then you get benched.
No, you're not getting benched. That's not.
How would you feel about it?
You're getting the day off. Like you just had a.
He's 22 years old. He don't need a day off. He can play 162 of them.
He just got a base hit. It was a huge base hit. Let him go out on a high and just kind of revel in that.
Is he retiring?
No.
He should just not play
Carpenter
ever again. He went 1 for 3, RBI single, stolen base. You're done. That's it for you, pal. Hell of a career.
This is how I think about it. Like, if you guys know I like to play video games. If I played a video game and, I've been playing all night, right? I'm playing, we'll say Warzone, right, Anthony? You're a big Warzone guy.
Absolutely.
If I'm playing all night and I can't find a win there, I can't get a dub, Anthony, and then, I finally get one, let's call it quits.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning.
No, it wasn't that late.
Got to get up at noon. I mean, come on.
It wasn't that late. It was like 11. You get the win, you're like, I think I'm done for the night. I've been trying all this time to try and get a dub, Anthony. Mm-hmm. Finally get one, it's called quits. It's a good one to end on, right?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
That's my thought process.
Marshy, let me word it a different way. Let's see if we can find some common ground.
Of course.
Okay? Is you haven't won in a long time.
Yeah.
Where, like, everybody in the chat room is laughing at you. Your friends are texting you. The media is talking about how bad you are at the video game.
100%.
And then you finally win one.
Yeah.
Don't you think you want to play right away again and keep winning and show everybody that they can eat crap? Or would you just, oh, no, I won one, I'm good. And then you're still going to take a beating until you win another one.
No, I think I'm going to take the night off. I'm just going to enjoy that win. And we'll get back to it the next day.
But then what if the next day, then you go back to losing again?
Well, either way, if I was losing the same day or the next day, either way, I'd be losing. So
Get out of the way, man.
Can I ask?
It's incredibly hard, Anthony.
Can I ask you guys a question, Jamie and Carey?
Sure.
What's your problem with Marsh today?
I appreciate you.
I don't have a problem.
I appreciate you. What's the deal?
I don't have a problem with Marsh.
I just wanted to make sure that we're clear.
Yeah, you guys came in with an attitude today toward Marsh.
He said he wanted to bench Jordan.
Stop
Walker.
saying bench.
Well, what'd you say?
I said
Sit
I'd
him
give him
on the bench.
No, I'd give him the second game off. Go
Why?
out on a high.
Go out on a high. Go out on a high.
Go out on a high for the day.
Go out on a high, son. That's a benching. Okay?
Yeah, you
Give him
get
a
to play
rest.
again
I've
and,
heard that. I've heard it called everything. Okay? Hey, Jamie, we're going to give you a rest. Tonight's a great night, Jamie, where you can get a look from up above and see how things are going.
The hell is that going to help me?
Yeah, doesn't help me at all.
You see the game better from up high.
I can see the game better
Jamie,
when I'm in the game.
Don't worry about the kid we called up from the American Hockey League that's playing and you're not tonight. We just need to get a good look at him. We know what we have in you. All right. Okay.
I almost fought a coach for that. Literally.
Well, Carey, I was hanging on by a thread,
I went
man.
into the office. I said, he's like, oh, we know. I said, no. You're going to look at me, and then you can look at him. That's what we're going to do. We're going to change up this rotation.
Was this your poor youth basketball coach
no,
again?
this was in the NFL.
Bucks?
This is a grown man, Carey. Hey,
Steelers?
you are going to. You can get a good look at him.
You can get a good look at
him.
a steak if you
That's exactly where I was going.
yeah, stick your head up the butcher's ass. I mean, your head up your own ass. No, wait a minute, the cows.
It's going to be your bull. All right.
Look at this from the 636. Some people know when to quit, and others die in Croatia.
That's right.
Yeah, that's very true.
Still be
going.
playing. Me and Yager head to head.
Yeah. How else are you going to get those 3,000 games played? All right. I think Marsh deserves this. Let's go to what's trending next. Since these two guys are basically been beating Marsh up, let's have Marsh give us some what's trending next on 101 ESPN.
topics in the sports world.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
It's time to find out with
What's Trending? Brought to you by Elite Comfort Experts. Heating and cooling with no gimmicks, just guarantees. EliteComfortExperts.com.
All right, welcome back to the Fast Lane here on 101 ESPN with Anthony Stalter. I'm Andrew Marsh. And Jamie and Carey are here.
Talking about therapy.
Jeez.
It's great.
Anthony, thanks for having my back.
got it,
why don't we
buddy.
talk some football?
Let's do it.
All right. Actually, this will spark Carey's interest, too, because it has to do with his Baltimore Ravens. Derrick Henry agrees to a 2-year, $30 million extension with the Ravens. How about that?
Good for him.
That's really good money for an older running back, is it not?
I mean, yeah. It's
Like,
good.
how old is he now?
32, 31, 32.
Okay, so that's older.
Yeah.
Like, come on, the NFL these days, like 4 or 5 years into it as a running back, and they're moving on.
Oh, yeah, 29, you're about done.
Yeah. So for Derrick Henry, and by the way, Derrick Henry is still not just an effective running back, he's an all-star running back. So if he can, what's he got, 1 year plus 2 more?
Yeah.
So 3 total?
Yeah, because he's on a 2-year deal last year.
Perfect.
2-year
I think that's a perfect runway for Derrick Henry with the Baltimore Ravens. Not to say he can't play past the end of this contract, but let's just be honest that there may not be a whole lot of tread left on the tire for a guy that runs as physical and as violent as he does.
He's a perfect fit for that offense.
Yeah.
What defense is having to pay attention to what Lamar's doing in that backfield. Derrick Henry, I mean, I don't know if Derrick Henry is as effective with the Titans because defenses can just
Well, and he was the
key
only
on
thing
him.
they
And
could
I'm talking about exactly. I'm talking about the last couple of years Titans,
Okay.
not the one where already the one-man party was drawing up plays for Ryan Tannehill and Derrick Henry, and they got to the AFC Championship game. I'm talking about the last couple of years for Derrick Henry, and the Titans were rough just because they could key on him. But now he's with Baltimore. We're back to vintage Derrick Henry.
Yeah, because you have to make a decision in that backfield with the quarterback runs that they can have as well. You do not want to let Lamar Jackson out the back door. And so when you're running those zone reads to the right, that defensive end on the left side has to slow down. He can't go and chase Derrick Henry down because if he does, Lamar Jackson is going to be out the back gate and he's going to get 20, 25 yards. So the offense that they have is set up for a runner like Derrick Henry because of what Lamar Jackson is, the different animal that he is in the run game and in the passing game. So, yeah, kudos to him for getting a contract extension. Derrick Henry is a different player, and he's a different person. Like if you go and look up his high school stats, like he ran the ball like 400, 500 times in high school, then ran it like 300 times in college a year. And now he's like,
He's a mutant.
It's something different about
Derrick Henry?
him.
Oh, gosh.
It's something different about him. Like most people aren't able to handle that much, volume. He's different.
I heard a great, not story, it was Nick Saban. I stumbled upon this yesterday or the day before. Doesn't matter.
You talking about the pass blocking thing?
Yeah. He's talking about how Derrick Henry he got to Alabama and didn't know anything, couldn't pick up the pass block, and he turned to Nick Saban, the coach, all they ever did is just turn around and give me the ball.
Yeah.
I don't know bleep about any of this. It's the greatest thing ever, but it proves a point, right? Because whenever we see these top prospects in any sport, and I say it all the time, they've always been the best. They haven't had to worry about the details. They haven't had to worry about the defense, like the Jordan Cairo argument. He's never had to play defense because he's always had the puck.
Right.
So Derrick Henry's never had to pass block because he's always getting the ball.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. You hurt my feelings a little bit there, but yeah, you're right.
Why?
I told that same thing, that same story,
When?
like a week or two ago.
Oh,
2
well,
weeks
was I
ago.
here?
Yeah, you were here.
Was I here?
I don't think I was here.
You were all here. I told the story same way Jamie just did.
I don't think he
I don't
said
think
it
I
on
was
the air.
here.
Marsh, you were here.
You know what? He might have said it.
Marcy
Stop
doesn't remember
listening.
either. I called
Did you, say
BS.
it, did you say it the day we were at Enterprise?
No.
When I left and Jamie left? I think that's when he had to
I
have
said it right here.
Which day?
Jamie was there.
There's no way I was
Carey
here.
was there.
I don't
Marsh
recall.
was there.
I would remember that story because I would have contributed to it.
Not 2 weeks ago.
Mother Fastlane.
And Marcia can't even remember. I'm not sure remembers crap things like that.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done at 5 today.
Good. 4:45. Do I hear 4:30? 4:15? 4 o'clock?
You know what, Andy? We're going to be done at 5:30 because if you're going to step out early, so are we.
Good.
We're not sticking around for the whole thing.
Good.
Hell no.
It's an awesome story. I found it delightful.
I hope I told it as well as you supposedly
Which is
did.
why I brought it to these airwaves. And I looked at you when I said it, and you were like, oh, yeah, that's a cool story.
Sounds like a very forgettable story.
I don't remember that ever happening.
Forgettable.
If I was in a court of law right now, I could say clearly I don't remember that happening. And I could, the polygraph right now attached to my fingertips, I could say, Anthony Stalter never told that story that I can recall.
Honestly, I don't recall it either.
I know.
But
Gary, you can't remember what I teased a segment.
I was just about to say
45
that.
seconds later.
Okay, it's not fair to Carey. Neither can I.
You both have a lot of nerve today. A lot of nerve.
You know what, gentlemen? I'll be the judge of that.
Are we doing a program?
We are right now.
We do it on Wednesday.
Prove me wrong, kids.
Okay, all right.
Hell of a transition.
I mean, I like the Omaha, the line of scrimmage.
I took it in my own hands. You said
did.
we're stepping into the court of law. You got to prove to me right now that you did not hear what he just said 2 weeks ago.
I got to prove that I didn't hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's easy. I can't remember.
No, that you did hear it.
I did hear it. Well, why would I do that? That'd
Yeah,
be-
prove it wrong.
Then I'm perjuring.
Prove it wrong. You did hear what he said last week.
Okay,
Prove that
so
wrong.
to be completely honest,
Anthony, give your statement first.
Sure.
Lay it out for me, and then Jamie will go next.
Yeah, did you just hear what Jamie just said about how certain players have just remarkable skill sets, yet they weren't asked to do much in high school? I laid it out the exact same way, told the story about I stumbled upon a video. Nick Saban was talking about how Derrick Henry, when he first got to Alabama, didn't know how to pass block. He asked the coaches if they have a little patience because all they did was turn around and hand me the ball in high school.
yeah.
Basically verbatim what Jamie just said.
Well, that's a nice story that you just told, Anthony, but I can tell you this for a fact that had you told that story, I would have remembered it vividly because I would have jumped right on the Jordan Kyrou part of that because I thought of Jordan Kyrou immediately when I heard that and just how many people complain about how he doesn't play defense. Well, he's never had to. Derrick Henry never had to pass block. So if you would have told that story, like you say you told that story, I would have remembered it because I would have picked up on that. I would have jumped in on it. I would have contributed. I wouldn't have just nodded my head and said, oh, good story. So, unfortunately, I think maybe you told the story somewhere else. I don't believe that you're lying right now. I just think you're mistaken. And that happens sometimes because you get around your buddies, maybe the flag football guys that you're telling this story, and you think, oh, I was with a bunch of guys, I was with my homies in the fast lane. But you weren't.
Yeah.
You clearly weren't. And that's okay. I forget things all the time, too. But it doesn't mean I can just go accusing people of things that they didn't do.
Yeah.
In my co-counsel's defense, Mr. Stalter also admitted that I was here as well, and neither of us actually remember him telling said story on these airwaves while we were in studio. Now we're getting text saying that it was told, but some people say, oh, it was about a month ago. Mr. Stalter said it was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, and said I was here.
And said we were both here, and so, Your Honor, we really can't go off of hearsay.
It's got to be clear proof.
It's gotta be clear
Speculation just
proof.
doesn't work in the court of law, sir.
So in my co-counsel's defense, I agree with him.
Yep.
Neither of us were actually here when this story was told on these airwaves.
And in fact, Judge, you yourself, the Honorable Judge Marsh, doesn't recall him saying it on these airwaves.
I mean, and he's been calling me a Ravens fan for as long as I can recall.
That's good.
I would actually remember this story, seeing as how Mr. Stalter continues to call me a Ravens fan.
Judge, I'd like to present a key witness here, Jason Gordon from the Snake Pit.
Yeah.
Says Anthony for sure told this story on air. I'm pretty sure the entire crew was present.
well,
Yeah, pretty sure is the key component in that statement. Pretty sure is not 100% sure.
And if we're going to be presented with a
in
witness,
doubt.
we should have known about the witness well before so we could do our proper research on their background to see if that's even Jason.
I don't even know
It
who
could be his mother
Jason
type
is.
thing.
The always reputable
That could've been
Martin's dangly bits, as Stalter member is technically a zombie, so he might not remember, but I believe he is. Thank you.
Guys, the text line is weighing in, and before I say anything, From the 636, I remember the conversation and Jamie heard said story on these airwaves. From the 314,
That's for Anthony.
Stalter definitely told the Henry story a few weeks ago.
Thank you.
From the 314, I 100% remember hearing this here. From the 314, I am 100% sure Anthony did tell that story on air. And from the 217, and I have to agree because now it has come to me, Anthony did tell this story. From the 217, give them the X Marsh.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Your
I
Honor,
rest my case. Thank
I
you.
don't even remember.
I do remember.
You're lying
I
now
do
too, Your
remember.
Honor. You're a scumbag.
No, because I participated in this.
Jason.
Carey did too.
Text line.
Carey did too.
I greatly appreciate you guys.
Somebody said there's no way Rivers was there. He was only working like once a week then.
I got a text from the 618. Anthony definitely told the story a couple of weeks ago.
Thank you, 618.
Not sure who was all in studio. So
Yeah,
Justice has
there is
been served.
I'm sorry, we've already filed an appeal.
We filed an appeal.
Unless you can provide me with the YouTube camera showing me in this seat
Please and
while he's
thank you.
telling that dumb story,
And
I mean that great story, it just, what? Did I say something wrong?
Dumb.
I didn't mean like, you're not dumb.
You thought it was great.
No, the story is
5 minutes
obviously
ago.
not great because I don't remember it.
And here's the thing: if you don't have proof, you are now liable in this civil suit that we are about.
Seriously,
to
everybody is.
You and everyone in the state.
Judge,
bid.
it's easy.
Yeah.
Anthony can go back, check all the YouTube videos,
Oh, I will.
and when he finds it and can present the video, then we'll drop our lawsuit.
Yeah, and we both have to be in these seats.
I'll come through it.
Yeah.
My middle name is Spite, so I will comb through hours
It'll
upon
keep you busy
hours.
for a long time because it doesn't
Anthony
exist.
Spite Stalter with one of the best initials ever.
Thank you.
ASS.
That's right.
Appropriate.
We got to get to BT. That's fine. We got to get to BT. You know, Jamie, you had said, "Oh, maybe you're with your buddies." I wasn't with my buddies. I was with my brothers, which is why it hurts even more. Because I was with you guys.
Don't try to
my
play
brothers.
the emotional thing on me. It
It's
won't
tough,
work.
man.
I have no feelings.
I know.
I had them removed years ago.
All right, Brad Thompson's going to join us next. Talk about why.
BT remembers.
Talk about the car. No, he wasn't here.
Oh, just like we were.
Just
Carey.
like us. Interesting.
BT's going to join us next. Talk about why the Cardinals couldn't get it done today. Here on 101 ESPN.
Well, I sure hope that you listen to my advice. Mother's Day, I hope you went to Diamonds Direct. You got the perfect gift that special mom in your life is going to love. But now Mother's Day is gone, but it is still celebration season. It's graduation season. You're probably looking for something for that special grad in your life, too. Diamonds Direct has got you covered. Now, no matter what your price point is, they got gifts under $500. They also have once-in-a-lifetime investments. This is a big deal. It's a major milestone, right? Might as well celebrate with a gift that lasts forever, and they've got them over at Diamonds Direct. If you have an idea of what you're looking for, they got you covered. They'll point you right where you need to be. If you need an idea, I think that's where Diamonds Direct truly shines over there. I mean, they are amazing. The whole crew. Evan's the manager. He's awesome. I always work with Veronica. She always points me in the right direction. I'm telling you, this place is fantastic. So whether it's the graduate in your life, maybe you got an anniversary, maybe you're thinking about popping the question, maybe you just want to be a nice guy, or guys, maybe you said something stupid again, Diamonds Direct is here for you. Check them out. Go online. Go to diamondsdirect.com. But you want to get into the showroom at Olive and 270 at City Place, it's Diamonds Direct.
We're hanging with Brad Thompson on 101 ESPN.
Hanging breaking ball from Brad Thompson. And boy, does he get a swing on it. Lift and separate and see you later.
Hanging with BT is sponsored by St. Luke's, ranked top 2% in the nation for cardiac surgery by Health Grades. Visit stlukes-stl.com.
Cardinals fall today, 2-1. Streak ended, but they'll have an opportunity to start a new streak tonight when they take on the Phillies for Game 3 of their series in the doubleheader, second game of the doubleheader today. Brad Thompson is joining us. He's got some TV work. He's doing pre and post today on FanDuel Sports Network. BT, how are you?
I'm doing great, guys. How are we doing over there?
Well, hey, disappointed that the streak ended, but the streak has been a lot of fun, and this team has turned a corner, and I think in large part to the starting pitching. Can you point to any sort of key turnarounds for this pitching staff? Is it just merely as simple as, hey, the bullpen, everybody's accepted their roles, and that's what led to the turnaround?
Yeah, it's both parts, though, right? Like, the bullpen has been great. And if you're looking for keys in that pen of why this success is happening, I'm looking at the bridging the gap, the middle innings that early in the season didn't have a defined role, right? I'm looking at Leahy. Alexa and I in the pregame show were talking about Leahy and what he's done in more than one inning. He's had 9 appearances so far this year that have been an inning plus. Those are important innings to be able to do that. And Leahy talked about it the other day. He didn't want to be pigeonholed. He didn't want to just be the right-handed lane. He wanted to be able to get everybody out. Well, that's a big turning point. It ends up setting up others in your bullpen, and Steven Matz is able to do that too. I think both of their abilities to go multiple innings, to be able to set up that back end of the pen that has been really good with the late addition of Maton, Ryan Helsley, one of the best closers in the game, but you needed to be able to bridge the gap. That's one of the biggest things. But what this starting staff has been able to do has been equally impressive. I don't know what the expectations were for this staff coming in, but I don't think it was to the level of what they've been able to do. I think they've got a great game plan every day, and they're executing it because you guys know, like Sonny Gray has got plenty of swing and miss. He has been one of those guys in his career. Matthew Liberatore is starting to show off some of that. But for the most part, this is not a huge swing and miss staff. And right now, they're utilizing their defense. They're making pitches. They're not making mistakes over the heart of the plate, and they're giving their team a chance every single day.
My expectations were don't be terrible.
And you know what, Anthony? If you set the bar right there, I mean, look, it's a good place to be. That's my expectation before every game. If I'm doing one, just don't say the F word and don't be terrible. Like that's generally where it's at.
Yeah, I like that.
Now, BT, you have sat in this seat, literally in this seat. Your picture is still on the computer every time I log in.
That's just a reminder, Carey. Don't you be messing up.
Carey?
No, it's you smiling. You got to smile at an event. I don't know where you are.
It's where those older people are horrified that you're there.
They're afraid of you.
Oh, yeah, I gave him the creepy Dahmer smile.
Yes,
They were definitely afraid. And you've worked with these people, these two people.
I mean, these people.
These people. You two, Anthony and Jamie.
People.
Yeah, your people. Earlier, they were extremely frustrated about the loss that the Cardinals had, and they were, are we back to the Cardinal way, the way that they had been? And I was trying to explain to them, you can't ride the roller coaster. It's one game. It was a one-run loss. Can you help these two guys understand that it's just one game and the Cardinals will be right back into the winning ways this evening?
Brad, it was a big game.
Jerry, that's why I love you. You've always been steady, Eddie. Like you've always just had a great head on your shoulders and know how to go about it. That is the fun thing about the sport of baseball and all sports, right? You never know what you're going to get, but baseball, because you play it every single day, and then today you get to play it twice, is you never know what you're going to get, right? So you have a day like today where you run into a good pitcher in Luzardo. You're 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position. You had that great opportunity there in the 8th inning where your first two guys get on. And then Donnie plays winning baseball, right? Ground ball to second base. Now you have runners at second and third. And Arenado and Contreras. Arenado pops out. Contreras strikes out. Like, that's your game right there. And those are the guys that you need to carry you in those spots. Didn't happen right there. Guess what? That's going to happen in the game of baseball, as you know, Carey. But it's not always going to happen. So if you're riding the wave every day, that's beautiful. That means you're committed. But, being realistic, you're not always going to win those kind of games. Jamie, the fact that you fly off the handle as much as you do, I love your passion.
Yeah, BT, I'm sorry. If I don't expect excellence every day, I'm just expecting mediocrity at that point,
I get it, man.
Yeah.
I get it. Your bar's set way higher than don't screw this up.
Yes, it really is for the most part, although sometimes it's not. Now, to talk about somebody who I'm really enjoying watching play right now is Eric Fetty, and I mean, he's putting together a number of really good performances. What is it that you're seeing in his game that maybe wasn't there before, or even once he became a Cardinal at the end of last season? Like, he didn't really have the consistency that he's showing right now.
Yeah, I think that when he came over last year, I feel like it's kind of a crazy thing to say because it was only July. I feel like he was overworked early with the White Sox. I mean, they were rolling him out there. It was every fifth day, and that's a starter's job. But they were leaving him out there. He had a lot of innings under his belt before he even got to the Cardinals. What I'm seeing out of him this year is early on they were able to build in that extra rest. He's now on the 5-day rotation. They all are. But I think that his game planning and execution has just been really good. You go and watch Fetty. Coming into today, 13 of the 20 runs that he had given up were in 2 games. He had the clunker in Boston where he gave up 6, and he had the one against the Brewers where he gave up 7, albeit that time in 5 2/3, pitched into the 6th inning when he could have bailed early, which was very helpful for the bullpen. But his execution, when he misses off the plate. When he's pitching backwards really well. I think that he utilizes his fastball well with 2 strikes. Like, I just like the way that he has been using his entire arsenal, and that's obviously him being able to execute pitches. That's whoever is behind the plate with him, whether it be Pajes, Pozo, or Herrera, who will be catching in Game 2. But it's also Dusty Blake and Dean Kiekefer of the game planning of how we're going to attack every game. Everything just seems to be very well thought out right now for Fetty, and he's executing.
BT, we often talk about Jordan Walker, and often fans are complaining because he's not hitting the ball. He got the RBI single today, got to take the lead. But he's also doing other things. He's playing really well in the field. He made that huge play a couple of nights ago to end the game. He had a stolen base today. What are you seeing from him? Even though he's not hitting the ball consistently, he's doing the other things to try to help the team win games.
Yeah, and you know how big this is, Carey, as a young player. All you guys know. Like, as a young player, if you're struggling with one part of your game, It's very easy to let that take over your entire persona, and then just kind of who you are. You're the guy that's struggling at the plate, and you take it into every aspect of the game. He's done a really good job of not doing that. He's been great defensively. That play that you mentioned was a really good one in game one of this series to seal it, of him just trusting his instincts. And to me, that's maturation. Does he want to do more at the plate? Obviously, and he needs to. That RBI single was only his second hit of the month. So, there needs to be more there from Jordan Walker offensively. But the fact that he's able to still pour in defensively, still be checked in mentally, and continuing to work every day on getting those better results means a lot.
Brad Thompson joining us right now on the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. BT, am I crazy to think that, and this, I don't know if it's...
No.
Guys, I didn't say, am I crazy?
Yes.
Because...
That's my fault. I jumped in a little early.
Yeah, you did. The answer is clearly yes, but there's a variety of reasons for that.
Ever since that pool incident, Anthony.
Well, I mean, we still don't know
its ugly head, doesn't it?
We still don't know the long-term damage of that. No, am I crazy to think, even though it's been
100%.
A month plus, that Matthew Liberatore is a legit top of the rotation guy?
No. That shot to the head in the pool actually is working. This is
nice.
Look, I don't know if he's got ace written all over him necessarily, but golly, this is what the Cardinals traded for. Mm-hmm. This version of Matthew Liberatore right now is what they saw, and I know that they took a lot of hits for it because of what Randy Arozarena was doing. I mean, Anthony, you've done it. Jamie, I'm sure you've done it. Hell, I might have done it at some point. But it's been Carey, you never would. You've always been a backer. But this has been the evolution, right? And credit to him, he's growing up, right? He's 25 years old. He's mechanically sound. He repeats his delivery really well. And he also got into the lab. Like him and Dusty Blake have worked really hard on how he uses his pitches, tiny different grip changes, way he finishes pitches that are really paying big-time dividends when it comes to spin rate and analytics. I'll do the nerd voice because
nice job.
I think that it carries there.
Yeah.
But those small adjustments that he's made have made big-time differences. We were looking the other day in game one of this series at the numbers against his fastball. His fastball, his four-seam a year ago, the opposition was slugging over 600. I mean, that pitch got murdered. This year, that number is cut in half, and it's because he's using it differently. He's finishing it, and it has more of that vertical break to it, right? It's not dropping right into the hitting zone. It's riding more true, and that's because he put in the work and made those adjustments. So, look, Anthony, not crazy at all. This is the guy that they wanted. They took a risk putting him in the rotation this year, knowing back to our earlier part of the conversation, knowing that there was going to be that break in those middle innings, and it's paid off. Like, they found out that they have a legit big league starter in Matthew Liberatore.
Well, BT, as Andrew Brandt once said, let's play two.
Golly, that was Andrew Brandt, and I've seen it on a T-shirt somewhere.
BT, have a great second game on FanDuel Sports Network. Always love chatting with you, buddy, and we'll talk to you again next week.
All right. Love you guys. Talk to you next week.
See you, pal. That's our guy, Brad Thompson, here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Carey, there's one time we attributed absolutely every quote to Andrew Brandt of ESPN, and somehow we got to the Let's Play 2.
Yeah.
And we said Andrew Brandt.
Yeah.
We got so many emails and text messages.
That was a
people.
great string of days.
People were so pissed. Would you tell your afternoon drive time show that Andrew Brandt did not say, let's play two? These are supposed to be sports guys. It's supposed to know sports.
We actually started making up things.
It was a joke.
Yeah. We started making up things, like anything. Like, if a bird is without wings, then it walks.
Andrew Brandt.
Andrew Brandt.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. Ask not what your country... No, that's maybe...
We may have.
Yeah, probably.
You never know.
Yep. All right, it's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. We're going to play the lineup game for Game 2 next on 101 ESPN. If you need new doors, call my friends at Mosby. If you need new windows, call my friends at Mosby. If you're doing any sort of remodeling project, you get the idea. Call my friends at Mosby Building Arts. That's what we did in the Stalter household. We needed some doors replaced a couple months back. It was in February. I remember it being cold, obviously, because of February. And the snow was on the ground. I'm like, man, this is going to create a big mess because they are literally ripping out doors out of the side of our house and replacing them. The process was easy. It was smooth. The construction team was awesome. They cleaned up after themselves. They sealed off the area properly so that, we weren't losing heat constantly. The kids and everybody were safe. They had to rip out patio doors just to get to the leak, but the bottom line is they knew where the problem was and they knew how to fix them. So if you need doors, and sometimes doors aren't just doors, right? They're for us, it was causing a leak in the basement. They needed to address that. Mosby handled all of that. You want to go with the best. You want to go with people that deliver high quality work, that deliver honest pricing, and that has designers with great taste. That's Mosby Building Arts. So don't risk hiring the wrong team. Call Mosby Building Arts, the right remodeling company, at 314-909-1800, or visit callmosby.com to schedule your free consultation today, and then you can see the difference for yourself. Mosby Building Arts, the right remodeling company.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Cardinals' win streak comes to an end. They lose 2-1 to the Philadelphia Phillies earlier today, but they have a chance to get back in the win column in Game 2 of today's doubleheader. First pitch is at 5:15. We just talked with Brad Thompson. If you missed that interview, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page, and you'll find all of our interviews and all of our shows. And it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. Speaking of interviews, we'll talk with Anthony Becht at 4:30, your Battlehawks head coach. And a little show note here, we are off early at 5:30 as we have the Celtics and Knicks Game 5. Coming up next, though, we have the lineup game. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
Game here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN as the Cardinals take on the Phillies for Game 2 of today's doubleheader. Aaron Nola versus Sonny Gray, so a pair of right-handers on the hill tonight. 6:15 Eastern, 5:15 local time, Citizens Bank Park. Here we go. All right, boys. Show us. Lars Taylor, Tatsui Newpark. As the Cardinals take on the... Ooh. That's not it.
Well,
no.
Oh, wow. What happened, Andrew?
International superstar.
Watch out, don't run into any walls or anything.
Sorry, gentlemen. I had the, plays off the computer, and
Sure,
I had YouTube up because I'm trying to comb through in real time to see when you said that, Anthony, about Nick Saban. No, I've been combing through, but I forgot to mute the YouTube
Ain't never going to
page,
pop
so.
up.
Never said it.
And we will be...
Did we get a ding coming back if we never find?
We should.
Yeah.
I think that something should be on the line.
We'll be exonerated.
Yeah.
Oh, put whatever. Let's go. You want to put stuff on the line? Let's go, baby.
I do.
Okay. What is it?
I'll think of something real good.
Me too.
Real good.
All right.
And you're not going to like it, Jamie. You're not going to like it at all.
You don't know this.
He likes things.
All right.
Can I go?
Absolutely.
Show us Mason Wynn.
Second, bring me that arm.
Jamie?
Oh, Brendan Donovan.
Yeah.
Show us Donnie Baseball, please.
Look at that guy. Vibrant, handsome, hair.
Show us.
No. A lot of people think you get in your mid-30s and your career's over, but like I always say, until they stop scouting, I ain't going to stop playing.
I feel like we're doing this with confidence today.
Yeah, there's going to be at least 2 wrinkles, I think. Doubleheader, there's going to be catcher position.
Well, we already know that Herrera's catching.
We don't know that for sure.
BT just said it.
I know, Anthony.
You know that.
I didn't hear that at all.
You didn't? No. Oh, wow, Carey. Don't say anymore. Don't say anymore.
This is Wilson Contreras.
Yes.
Is it not?
Yes.
Show us Wilson Contreras.
You don't know how to play first base. It's not that hard. Tell him, Watch.
It's incredibly hard.
Hey, anything worth doing is.
All right. I do believe this is Herrera catching.
I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win. I believe that.
Show me us Ivan Herrera.
Oh, Yvonne? That's a French-ass name, Yvonne. Yeah, my little croissant.
Croissant?
On my croissant.
All right, now this one's going to get
Jordan
messy.
got a kick out of that one.
Who's our DH today? Is it Burley?
It's Burley. It's Burley.
Is it right here, Burley?
Yeah.
Because Herrera, the catcher, up at 6. I would say this is Burley.
I would say this is Burley, too.
Yeah.
All right, show us Alec Burleson.
I thought I told you I'm a star.
You're already acting like you're a star, and we haven't even opened yet.
Contrary to what Andrew Marsh believes, this is Jordan Walker.
Okay.
Show us Jordan Walker.
Stupid, stupid, stupid.
Did you say Jordan Walker?
Yeah.
No, Marshy benched him, remember?
He did. Didn't know he had that much power.
It's going to be Nolan Gorman here.
Nah.
Yeah, because Burley's playing right field.
Show us.
Nolan Gorman.
Swing Serenade is brought to you by Gorman's.
Dingers! Hang me a curve and I will hit.
Dingers!
That's ridiculous.
Show us Victor Scott.
Run, run, run as fast as you can.
Come on, CD.
Catch me. I'm the gingerbread man.
Wilson Contreras stays sitting there. C-high fastball. Just watched it go.
So does Jamie and Carey, can't remember if you said anything, Anthony. Do you guys owe me an apology?
I defended you.
That's right, you did.
Listen, I didn't criticize what you said. I said you wanted to bench him.
You criticized him.
I didn't want to bench
But now you're celebrating the fact that he's benched.
No,
Yeah,
he's celebrating
happy.
that he was right.
No, he's happy.
Yeah.
Because you know what? Like a phoenix rising from the ashes, Marsh was right. And he's just coming out now.
Reminds me of the time I said they should bat Wilson Contreras.
He's coming
fifth.
back.
He's coming out now.
It's coming out of the ashes. It's coming out of the ashes. Like a phoenix rising.
Okay.
All right?
Can I run this lineup?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Please do.
Please.
Leading off, left field. Lars. Batting second, the shortstop, Mason Wynn. Batting third, second baseman, Brendan Donovan. Your cleanup hitter, the DH, Nolan Arenado.
Oh!
Batting fifth, first baseman, Wilson Contreras. Batting sixth and catching, Ivan Herrera. Batting seventh, playing right field, is Alec Burleson. And batting eighth, playing third base, Nolan Gorman. And batting ninth, in center field, Victor Scott the second.
Back. They fair!
Go foul, go foul!
I don't believe what I just saw.
Home run.
All right, Marsh. Latest standings, please.
Carey is leading
Way
with
to go, Carey.
7 points.
Seven's the number.
7 points. Seven's the number.
That's 6-7.
Jamie and I are tied at 3, and Anthony, you are still at 1.
I am not, sir.
No, he got another one.
I got Herrera.
He had Herrera. He got 3.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
So you have 4 now.
Oh, Herrera's a 2-pointer, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a 2-point.
He's a 3-pointer according to the list.
Where's that list at?
Whoa.
Right here.
Oh, hell no.
Right here. We have Arenado and Contreras.
Okay.
One. Okay, if you don't want him,
Right.
then Carey, you have 6 points now.
No, Wynn is a 3-pointer.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I'm tripping.
You
man.
are.
Yeah. Hang on.
Wynn is a 3. Barrera was a 3.
Herrera is a 2.
Wynn is a 2-pointer. Herrera is a 3-pointer.
That should be flipped.
Yes.
What the hell are we doing?
Okay, no, hang on.
This was at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, we all agreed to
Easy
these rules.
solution. Before tomorrow's show, we will reshuffle the deck based upon.
I'm listening. I'm just looking.
I can't change a law after things already happened, Carey. You can only change it moving forward.
Yes.
That's a dumbass rule.
Okay. Hang on, Murphy. He's suspended from the home run game for 3 days.
Well done.
You don't
Well
talk.
done.
Hell no.
You don't talk to the bylaw guy like that. Okay.
Aye. All say aye. Aye.
You're done, Carey.
Hell with that.
All right, so let me redo these standings here. Carey has 6 points.
Thank you. Should be 5. Take Doc
Anthony,
him a
you
point.
have 4 points.
Thank you.
Jamie and I have 3 points.
All right.
And Carey is suspended
No, hell no.
indefinitely.
Pete Rose of the home run derby.
Don't worry, we'll let you back in after you pass away.
Thanks.
What?
Appreciate it. I don't even know who to go with now because the
lost your
rules
turn
have
anyways.
changed.
He's flustered.
Yeah, I am. You know what? Hell with it. Give me Jordan Walker off the bench.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's pissed me all the way off.
No chance he sees the game.
We don't even need to suspend him. He's
No,
doing
we
it himself.
He's just giving away
Carey,
picks.
if you're going to quit, just say so.
Seriously.
Come in and hit a home run.
Man.
What? My goodness.
Fast lane it.
Oh, you sure
Pissed
did.
me off.
Give me Ivan Herrera.
Oh, man.
Might as well take advantage of him while he's still a 3-pointer.
You're such a puke. Is it Marshy or me?
No, it doesn't matter. You can go.
All right. I have a feeling that Alec Burleson's going to get into it today.
Damn it, I should have won. I was trying to be nice.
Still got Gorman.
Jamie's been mean to me for the last 3 days.
That's not true. I'm holding you to a higher standard like you want me to.
Sure.
You asked me to.
All right, give me Brendan Donovan.
There you go.
All right.
Take Donnie Baseball.
All right. When we talked about this, or this topic was thrown out there in the pre-show meeting, Carey almost threw up all over his keyboard. He hated this idea so much. That's next on 101 ESPN.
Anthony, it's inevitable that Father Time undefeated. Just ask Marsh. He was talking about all day
Yeah, that's
yesterday.
very true. Let's not get back into that,
Yeah,
though.
we're not. But I will get into this. The fact that men 30, 40, 50 and up, low testosterone is just, it's a natural thing. It happens. It's not a big deal. It doesn't make you less of a person. It just means you have lower testosterone. I can fix that for you. And anyone else who's listening, for that matter. Head over to Mentality. 2 unbelievable locations, one in Chesterfield, one in South County. Board-certified physicians. They sit down, they talk with you, and you get to open up about how you're feeling. And guess what? Do it. Be completely honest, because it helps the process, helps you get back to the way you want to be. They draw blood, and they can see right there exactly whether it's vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin B, low testosterone, whatever's available there for you. They're going to fix it. They're going to put you on a program specific to you, and you are going to feel great real quick.
Yeah, if there's something else going on, they'll be able to tell you right then, too, so you get to your physician. I mean, this is Mentality's there to help. And you may ask, okay, so what are some of the symptoms of low testosterone? How do I know? Low energy, low motivation, fatigue. So you're constantly tired. You feel anxious, moody, irritable. You come home every night and you're just ticked off at everybody as soon as you walk through the door. Lack focus, mental clarity. These are all symptoms, or they can be symptoms of low testosterone. So Mentality is a local healthcare facility that specializes in helping men feel and perform at their very best. They focus on free testosterone levels. A lot of doctors overlook those, so that ensures that your program and your treatment is tailored specifically for you. Jamie's program looks different than mine. Your program will look different than ours. This will help you become the dad that you want to be, playing outside with the kids, and after working all day in the yard, you still got plenty of time to play football, basketball. Exactly. So go to mentalityhealth.com/radio, or when you visit one of the 2 locations, tell them Jamie and Anthony sent you in there. It's Mentality. So, when I threw this this topic onto the rundown, or our pre-show meeting topic list, Carey had almost like a visceral reaction to it. He hated it. He hated the idea. The Athletic suggested that if the NFL wants to go to an 18-game schedule, that they do an 18-16 compromise, which means have an 18-game schedule, but require the teams only play their players for a total of 16 games, which would give you the 18 games or the 18-game schedule, but it would also ensure that players are only playing 16 games total. It also adds not only the revenue, but a bit of a strategic element to it, because obviously your quarterback couldn't play the full 18 games. Now, Carey, why do you hate this idea more than any other idea ever?
So this article was written by Matt Burrows.
Mm-hmm.
Burrows. He's probably a fine guy. Probably a great guy. Great
Why
dude.
do I feel like you're going to tear this guy
I think that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. What the hell you going to tell my team, I got 18 games, but I can only play my guys 16 of them? So how do we go?
Players, Carey?
No, it's dumb. It's a dumbass idea. You're going to mix and match what games certain people play. Mm-hmm. What's the unfair advantage of – so is my left tackle sitting out the same game that my quarterback is sitting out? Because what the hell would I have my left tackle sitting out and my starting quarterback is playing? Who's going to protect him from when Max Crosby comes around the edge and tries to break his back? Like, this is a dumbass idea, man. It's not a smart idea. It's too many things that can go wrong in football. So do I sit out the entire starting offensive line? Because, the left guard, he's pretty important. And I know Aaron Donald isn't playing anymore, but had he been, and you got to have a backup left guard, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, this sounds like a dumbass idea. And I'm sure Matt is a fine individual. And if this was his brain harebrained scheme. I'm sure
Harebrained?
Sure he thought it through.
A lot of insults flying around here.
Yeah, I don't think that's a smart idea. And we're already playing 17 games, so now you're going to knock them back one less game. You could have kept it at 16.
Okay, all the football players do is complain about playing too many games. So we're trying to help here.
That's not helping. It's not helping.
It's an idea. What's your idea?
When do you declare that you're not playing in this game?
It's the coach's decision.
Is it the week of? Is it the day of? Is it non-active list when you put it out an hour and a half before the game?
Yeah.
You declare that this game is so the poor kid that spent hundreds of dollars, his family drove from Ohio to go watch the Steelers play because he lives in Ohio, but he loves his Steelers, and he doesn't get to see.
That's not my problem, Carey.
He doesn't get to see DK Metcalf.
If he's
play.
an NBA fan, he's used to it.
That's why when you ask why the NBA is failed, it's because of the damn whatever they call it. They don't play enough games.
Load management.
Load management.
You got to manage your load, Jamie.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's difficult to do. Yeah.
Especially when you have big games.
Clearly. So now we're going to move on to the NFL and have load management. No, this is a dumbass idea. I've heard some ideas that this is not a great one. I don't like it.
No, but tell me how you really feel.
Yeah,
It's a dumbass idea.
I feel like you're beating around the bush a little bit.
I'm really direct here.
Right in the bush.
Right in the bush.
Yeah.
Directly through the bush.
Okay.
To it and through
I
it.
can respect that.
Yeah, it's a dumbass idea. Okay. I don't like it.
All right.
I don't know why you would do that.
So let's play 18 games.
I'd rather play 18 games. You don't get to tell me that my guys don't get to play all 18.
I'm not. Matt Burrows is.
It's a dumbass idea by Matt. He's probably a great dude.
Hey, Marcy,
and he worked his butt off on this article.
I'd like to hear Carey talk to Matt.
I think that's a dumbass idea.
Hey, guys. Matt here. Carey, you don't like my idea?
No, I hate it. Actually.
All right, I'll talk to you guys later.
What if there's more to it, Carey?
What more do you want?
I don't know.
It's a dumbass idea. You telling me my center doesn't get to play in the game?
It doesn't have to be the center.
It has to be everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody
They can
has
only
to
play
miss
16
2 games.
Play them right away. Sit all your best players.
Your
First game of
punter.
the season.
This is the dumbest thing. You're a long snapper. You only got one. James Anthony, I played in the game where our long snapper went down. Okay? And James Harrison had the long snap. It wasn't great. What the hell are we doing, man? No.
Actually, I have 2 long snappers.
This is a dumb. Hell no.
It's better than one, Anthony.
Dumbass idea, man.
Everybody, let's say it on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. This is a dumbass idea.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, but however, hang on for a second.
I literally just thought of the kicker-punter situation. You only have one.
You got one and one
You should
long
have
snapper.
two. You find a guy at a gas station.
You're going
You
for
never
two
know.
every game? You're going for two during that game? How are you kicking off?
Think about how much fun that would be.
How are you kicking off?
Think about the uncertainty of that game.
No.
Vegas would love it.
They would.
No. It's a dumbass idea.
All right.
Matt, you're probably a fine individual. I'm sorry that I did that to you.
We do need a new Gauntlet contestant. Probably won't be Matt Burrows.
I actually think it would be great if it was.
So if you want to participate in the Gauntlet, you can. Just text the Air Coverage Service text line 314-399-9646. Gauntlet next.
Warriors. 4 categories, 1 challenger. Can you survive the Gauntlet?
Brought to you by Blue Note Roofing. Roofing, siding, and gutters. Visit BlueNoteRoofingSTL.com for a free inspection.
It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Andrew March, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Let's bring in Dale to the Gauntlet. What's up, Dale?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Not too bad, man. Just got off work. Doing good.
All right, good. Excellent. Well, welcome into the Fast Lane. Appreciate you listening. Thanks for playing. Would you like to take on Marsh, Carey, Jamie, or me in the Gauntlet?
Let's go with Jamie today.
Oh, all right.
All right, Jamie Rivers.
2 days in a row. Yeah,
2 days in a row.
All right. I can handle it. Good luck.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Thank you.
Nice. All right. Go ahead, Dale. Tell Andrew Marsh to spin that wheel.
Spin that wheel, Marsh.
Dale, what are you hoping for?
I'm feeling baseball today. Just not football.
Just not football. Wants baseball, doesn't want football, and the wheel has spoken.
It is not football. However, it is not baseball. And it's not random either. It's hockey.
Oh, sweet Mary and Joseph. Well, Dale, you got this. I believe in you.
Let's do it.
All right. So you're going to get 4 hockey questions. Thank you, Marsh. All worth 2 points unless you ask for the options. If you ask for the options, those questions are worth 1 point. Are you ready?
Yes, sir. Let's go.
How many games went to double overtime in the first round of the playoffs? How many games went to double overtime in the first round of the playoffs?
You got the Blues. I want to say 2. 2 sounds about right. Final answer.
Question number 2. Name the first and, as of May 12th, the only goalie that has multiple shutouts in this year's playoffs.
Ooh. I'm going to go with the options on this one.
Sergei Bobrovsky, Jake Ottinger, or Logan Thompson?
Go Ottinger, final answer.
Question number 3. The longest game in Blues history happened 11 years ago in Game 1 of the playoffs against which team?
Oh, 2014. I want to say go with the Kings, final answer.
All right, Dale, question 4. Who scored the game-winning goal in triple overtime in that longest game in Blues history?
We're going to go options on this one.
Barrett Jackman, Alexander Steen, or David Backes?
Steen, final answer.
All right, let's bring back Jamie from the Cone of Silence. Dale, how you feeling?
Pleasantly all right.
Okay, good. Well, you're driving home from work. No reason to feel otherwise. So Jamie's going to put his headphones back in.
All right.
Jamie, how's the Cone of Silence?
Again, very quiet. Not a lot to do. I did see Carey Sheehan walk by. She said hi. That was exciting.
Oh, good. Excellent.
Yes.
All right, you got hockey today.
Oh, boy.
You got hockey.
Eesh.
So why don't we go ahead and let's do that hockey.
Yeah. Do I need to pack a lunch?
Nope. How many games went to double overtime in the first round of the playoffs?
I believe it's 3. Let me just look quickly in my head here. Maple Leafs. Yeah, 3. Final answer.
Name the first and, as of May 12th, the only goalie that has multiple shutouts in this year's playoffs.
Multiple shutouts. Let's see here. Dallas. Good. Jake Ottinger. Final answer.
Question number 3. The longest game in Blues history happened 11 years ago in Game 1 of the playoffs against which team?
The Chicago Blackhawks. Final answer.
Who scored the game-winning goal in triple overtime in that longest game in Blues history?
Future general manager of the St. Louis Blues, Alexander Steen.
All right, let's go over these. How many games went to double overtime in the first round of the playoffs? Dale, without the option, said 2. Jamie, without the option, said 3. Correct answer is
3.
Jamie up 2-0.
Well played.
Name the first and as of May 12th, the only goalie that has multiple shutouts in this year's playoffs. Jamie, without the option, said Jake Ottinger.
That's a tough one.
Dale, with the option, said Jake Ottinger.
Oh, wow.
Correct answer is?
It's Sergei Bobrovsky.
It was Bob.
Bob.
Jamie's still up 2-0. The longest game in Blues history happened 11 years ago in Game 1 of the playoffs against which team? Jamie said Blackhawks. Dale said Kings. Correct answer is?
Chicago Blackhawks.
Jamie up 4-0. Who scored the game-winning goal in triple overtime in the longest game in Blues history? Jamie said Alexander Steen. Dale said Alexander Steen. Correct answer is?
Alexander Steen.
Jamie did not need the options for that one. Jamie 6, Dale 1. I'm sorry, Dale.
You have chosen poorly.
You lose.
Not today.
I'm sorry, Dale. Tough one today against Jamie.
All good, all good. Had a good time. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks,
for
Dale.
playing.
Have a good one,
Dale. Thanks for playing, man. Appreciate you. Thanks for listening, too.
Yeah. All right, bye.
Okay.
Sounded like a real nice guy.
Yeah, he certainly was. And
Jamie Marshy.
Jamie just...
Those fell into my wheelhouse.
Again.
Yeah. Well, there's no dates. It's perfect.
This guy. That ticked me off, and so does this.
What are you mad at me for?
Yeah, just Dale going home from work. He's having a nice day. And you got to do that to him. You know?
I don't feel bad at all.
Nor should you.
Dale said, I am a nice guy.
He is.
He is a nice guy.
Yeah.
Dale understands. You think Dale wants somebody to ease up?
No.
No.
No way. Not the Dale I know.
Not the Dale I just met. No way.
Dave Stahls kind of ran through that quickly. I love to put a little drama on it, but that one, no drama needed there.
Ledoux Lawn Boy. Jamie should not be allowed to do hockey.
I agree.
It's the wheel. The hell you want me to do about it? Imagine when it was just hockey.
Yeah, I don't like it.
The original version of the Gauntlet.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go back to that. It's fine with me.
You're not allowed to do hockey.
I guess you're not allowed to do well in today's society. We're encouraging people to fail. Okay. Hey, I see what you're doing here.
All right, we're just a couple of weeks away from the return of the morning
I'm not
after.
going to hire a plumber to cut my grass. You know what I mean? I'm going to hire a landscaper to do it. Well, why do you get mad at people who do their jobs well?
Honestly, a plumber probably do a great job too.
I'm searching quickly in the moment.
Yeah, maybe a doctor.
I'm not going to hire a plumber to reprogram my computer system.
Yeah,
do surgery.
Although he could probably do that too. I'm just saying.
You're not going to hire a surgeon to.
I'm not going to hire a contractor.
You're not going to hire a radio host to do brain surgery.
No, you're not. See, that was good.
Thank you. Yeah. We're just a couple weeks away from the return. Can I talk about this Dotem golf tournament?
I'm mad.
Please?
Anthony, no. Why would I let you do your job properly? I don't want you to do your job well. See?
That's fair. That's good. We're just a couple of weeks away from the return of the Morning After's Dotem Golf Tournament, refreshed by Michelob Ultra. Not that we were invited. The Dotem returns on May 29th and 30th at Oak Valley Golf Course and Resort. Friday's foursomes are already sold out. I'm sure we got our spot, right, guys? Nope.
No.
But spots still remain for Thursday, May 29th. You can get your foursome together. Hey, we got a foursome. Will not be invited for a full day of fun on the golf course with TMA, including complimentary breakfast from Donut Drive-In, lunch from Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, all your Michelob Ultra, the 100 West Dental closest to the pin competition, a long drive competition, courtesy of Pondos Anonymous Recovery Podcast, and an after party that's going to be fantastic. Not that we'll be there. From Texas Roadhouse on Thursday and Super Smokers Barbecue on Friday, a portion of proceeds will support the St. Louis Hero Network in honor of Brian McKenna. Find all the Dotem info now at 101ESPN.com. I was even with Tim McKernan earlier today. Didn't say a word. Didn't say a word about his golf tournament.
He didn't talk to you?
Barely. It was like I was Bryson DeChambeau and he was Rory. Not saying a word, just focused on his job. I wouldn't look at me either, Tim. After you left the fast lane out of the Dotem golf tournament.
Like, not even, hey, guys, we wish we could invite you, but we're full. Can you come by anyways and have a beer or say hi to people?
No.
Nothing.
No.
Did we know what time it is?
Yeah, he just said it, Carey.
Did he?
He did. Probably 2 to 6.
He didn't say.
We don't know the we don't know the time. We know the dates.
I've been listening to that for about 4 weeks now. He hasn't said the time yet.
No.
Yeah. Good job.
It's too bad. I'm sure it'll be great though. I'm sure it'll be great. All right.
Enjoy, fellas.
Should franchise players have a say in who the next coach should be for their teams? That's next on 101 ESPN.
Hey, it's Carey, and if you are in the market for a new car, then you need to go see my good friends over at Genesis of St. Charles. They are Missouri's first and only standalone Genesis, and they have Genesis dealership, and they have a large selection of new Genesis models in stock, ready for you to take home today. You go by there, you can get you a test drive, see how that car feels, how awesome it is. The GV70, the GV80, they have a large selection. So get by there today. They're conveniently located right off of Mid Rivers Mall and Highway 70. If you don't see the model you want, maybe not the color you want, they can find it for you and help you build your dream Genesis that you want. Let Genesis introduce you to the sweet life of benefits designed to exceed your expectations. If you have a busy schedule, you're unable to get by there, you're one of those people who just don't have time to stop in the dealership, you can go online. You never have to step foot in the store. You can buy your new Genesis entirely online with clear upfront pricing, including your trade, even have it delivered up to 100 miles from the dealership. Visit them today at genesisofstcharles.com. Again, that's genesisofstcharles.com.
It's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Carey Davis and Andrew Marsh. I'm Anthony Stalter. Jamie Rivers is hanging around somewhere. I don't want to be a part of the show anymore, I don't think. At least for not right now. Oh, no, he's here. Sidney Crosby was asked whether or not he would have a say in who the next head coach will be of the Pittsburgh Penguins. And Sid the Kid basically said, yeah, no, I'm going to stay in my lane on that one. Do you guys think that franchise players should have a say in who their next head coach could be?
So let's define what a franchise player is, okay? Because a lot of people just automatically assume, like, a great player is a franchise player.
Right.
That's not true.
Or even like a good player could be a star.
A St. Louis star, for that matter.
Wow. Marshy.
I don't know why he said that way. And why he looked at
It's
you.
not even
I don't know.
Sorry.
Anyways, I'm going to get back on topic, Anthony. You've
had my back all day, and you throw that right in my face.
It was a test, see if you're paying attention.
Oh, he's paying attention, all right.
Unlike these two guys.
He starts biting his lower lip.
Yeah.
He's mad at you.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he has tells. It's like a poker player. He has tells.
Him breathing heavily?
Yeah.
Our friendship, your meatballs,
as strong as ever.
You drop the ball.
Yeah, both.
No, I only had one that day.
I should have had two.
It was a big meatball.
I know you like him big.
Got knocked out.
You bragging.
Wow.
Seriously.
Carey, you saw it.
All right, so Sidney Crosby is a franchise player. Like Robert Thomas right now, as great as he is, he's not a franchise player. He's not a guy that you call into the GM's office and ask about who the next head coach is. And that's just keeping it local here. If you go across any league, any sport, unless you're a franchise player, meaning like you are there, you are the brand. Like when people think of your hockey club, your football club, your basketball team, whatever, you're the first thing that comes to mind. Mm-hmm. That's a franchise player. And I think you do talk to the franchise player. Now, you don't ask them who they want to have as a coach.
Yeah.
I don't think any player should have that power. But like Sidney Crosby said in this interview with TSN, he said, listen, if it's a coach, if the GM wants my opinion about somebody who I know personally, who maybe I've played for at certain tournaments or world championships or that I know on a different level, I will give him my opinion. But he's like, at no point do I feel like I should be picking the head coach.
Agreed.
So, and I agree with that. Like Connor McDavid, everybody thought that Chris Knobloch, who's now the head coach of the Oilers.
Chuck's brother.
A cousin. Thank you for noticing.
Mm-hmm.
But he was Connor McDavid's junior hockey coach in the OHL. And everybody automatically connected the dots that when he got hired, well, Connor McDavid hired his coach from junior.
Mm-hmm.
No, Connor McDavid was asked about Chris Knobloch, and he said, here are the strengths that Chris Knobloch has as a head coach. And he listed the strengths. He's like, that's what makes him a good coach. And Chris Knobloch, by the way, was also a really good coach in the American Hockey League and had success. He was ready to make the jump. So although I think franchise players should have an opinion, I don't like when franchise players pick the coaches, i.e. LeBron James at times where he has fired and hired coaches. Mm-hmm. I mean, doesn't seem directly, but we all know when you connect the dots, you check the cell phone records,
right?
He's involved.
Yeah, I agree. I think you
Calling
don't
all the shots.
I don't think you pick, and I don't think as ownership or front office you should allow the player. That's not their job. Their job is to play the game that is in front of them, and your job is to hire the best person to help implement whatever they need to get done to win championships. I think you do have conversations with them. You don't want your star player to hate the guy you're hiring. You don't want him to have or her to have a disdain for the person that you're hiring for whatever reason. Maybe it's how they treated a former teammate or a friend or any of those things that happen in sports. You want to have a clear understanding of, the relationship between your star player and the potential head coach. But you don't base your decision off of, he said he's good, we should hire him. No, you do your due diligence, but you do want to have a conversation with your star player to make sure that they're good.
Yeah, I agree, guys. I think you nailed it. If you're going to sit down and have a conversation with the franchise player, first you're showing respect to the franchise player by saying, hey, listen, you're valued here, your opinion is valued, and Jamie, to your point, if you have a past history with somebody, then we want to know. That's just doing your due diligence and again showing respect to your franchise player. But under no circumstance should a player be allowed to select a head coach. That's not his job.
Right.
His job is to play whatever position in whatever sport that he's playing. That's his job. Your job as an owner is or
president
or GM. That's your job to select who should be the head of the franchise. Why? Because it's about the franchise. It's not about the franchise player. It's not about Sidney Crosby in this case. I'm only using Sid the Kid as an example because
he's the primary reason
exactly.
to it.
But it is about the Pittsburgh Penguins. It's not about Sidney Crosby. So
and franchise players, if they truly are franchise players, that's what they're doing. They're thinking about the franchise, not themselves.
Correct.
And the franchise is bigger than the star player or the player itself.
Yes.
And I think that the waters get really murky if you start really overvaluing players' opinions on coaches or who they like or who they don't like. Like, let's just take the New York Jets. They brought in Aaron Rodgers, future Hall of Famer. Before you know it, him and Robert Saleh don't see eye to eye. Saleh gets fired. Of course, Rodgers had nothing to do with it. Wink, wink. They bring in Rodgers, offensive coordinator from his days in Green Bay or whatever the heck
before that.
But they did all of this. Brought in his receivers and and what happened? Now the franchise is still in disarray.
Right.
He's the guy walking away from the burning house right now.
Yeah.
That meme.
Not my problem.
Not my problem.
Yeah.
That's what you end up with sometimes.
Right.
When the players have too much power in who they pick for teammates as well as who they pick for coaches.
Bad organizations operate this way, and the Jets are a perfect example of that. You're absolutely right. You sold out for Aaron Rodgers. Let's give him everything he wants and needs, and you wind up being even a bigger joke than what you already were. But I'm sure they'll be fine. Aaron's going to Pittsburgh.
He's going to go ruin that franchise now.
Exactly.
You watch, Kerry. The moment he walks through those doors, everything's going to change.
He can't ruin that franchise.
It's going to be like in those horror movies when you walk into the house and that cold air, like you feel the bad spirit. You're like, what was that? Like, I don't know.
Something's in here.
Just a breeze. Yeah. That's when Aaron Rodgers walks through the door of Pittsburgh. All of it's just going to go.
Yeah. Steelers are going to be Forrest Gump.
You got to know your organization.
Vietnam.
Something
bit me. It's Aaron Rodgers who bit you.
Don't worry about it.
Anthony Becht, Battlehawks head coach, joins us next. Our weekly chat with Coach Becht next on 101 ESPN.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. The Cardinals' win streak came to an end earlier today, a 2-1 loss to the Philadelphia Phillies. They'll try and get back in the win column in Game 2 of today's doubleheader. 5:15 first pitch. The Cardinals' win streak comes to a close, but that is okay because the Battlehawks have their own streak brewing. 3 games in a row. They take down the Memphis Showboats 19-9, and we're going to talk with Battlehawks head coach Anthony Becht next, right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
We're talking Battlehawks with the head coach. It's time for Anthony Becht's Call-In.
Presented by Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, home of the Battlehawks box.
It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, and Anthony Stalter. Let's head to the Collier Thompson phone line. We're joined weekly by Battlehawks head coach Anthony Becht. And, Coach, congratulations on another victory. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, all is good, guys. Thank you so much. Really proud of our team right now. 3 straight wins. If you want to be at your best, you want to get where you want to go, you got to learn how to win multiple games in a row. And, winning 3 in a row has been big for us right now.
Coach, your defense has been big for you, too. If you take a minute and just speak about the importance of how well you guys are playing defensively.
Well, we're taking the ball away. I mean, our hands are, heck, we should have another 4 or 5 interceptions. Our pass rush has been phenomenal. Peter's got, I think, 5.5, 6 sacks. He should have about 12. And the defensive line has come up big, so it's been a great effort. This is, like I said earlier in the season, this is our best defense we've put together, and they continue to show out every week.
Anthony, offensively, sometimes it feels like it could be a struggle, but you all have a special weapon in Rodrigo, who is 16 for 16. Is it just get past the 50 and we think we got a chance to put points on the board? Because he's been playing really well. It's not often that we talk about kickers and their importance to the team.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, Rod's been phenomenal. It's been 100% the entire season. Look, we like what we're doing on offense. I mean, we left about 150 rushing yards on the field last week. We have to correct those things and be better in those moments. And, we had a nice 2-minute drive, and, we got to complete some more balls, when they're open and when they're there. So, every week's different how you win the games. And, like I said, I just feel like we're just trying to get a little better every single week, put it together. But it was a nice team victory all the way across the board.
When you talk about the running game, what exactly do you need to see from the running game? Obviously, Max has led the team in rushing last week. Do you want to see more from the running backs, the offensive line? What aspects do you want to get better at in that area?
Yeah, I just think for us, man, like, guys got to do their job properly. Our receivers got to block better on the perimeter. We made some, just silly mistakes as far as, getting to the second level, stuff that we don't normally do. I think the backs are running the ball fine. Heck, one time we had a power and we got all kinds of green grass on the outside, and we take it up the A gap, and you got to follow your pullers and blockers. So, I just think, the fact that we're still winning games, we're still efficient, and we can correct and get these things better. I think the message this week was squash the mental errors. Like, if we just cut them in half, sky's the limit for this football team. So, by the grace of God, we've been able to take care of business. But if we just do it a little bit better, these games don't have to be as close as they are.
Head coach Anthony Becht of the Battlehawks joining us right now on the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Coach, what's the thing that Max Duggan can do from now until the end of the season so he can make the most strides?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's about, are your eyes in the right spot, throughout the game, trying to get it to the right receiver, tight end or back. And when it's not there, man, and you got backs facing you from the defensive secondary, run the ball. So, I think it's a timing thing and just pre-snap read. Every week he's got to get a little better on that. We're very precise on what we want to do in our passing game. He has all the answers to the test. You just got to have that recall. You got to have that presence of mind to have that timing and awareness to get the ball out on time. And if he does, we're going to make big plays. So, again, every week can get a little bit better for him. And I like the way he's played. I like the way he's led our team, and guys believe in him. And he's got great tangibles. And again, 60 yards rushing basically a week from a quarterback is hard. I mean, we saw Birmingham do that to us last year. Really, the whole league with Adrian Martinez, and that's basically what got him to the championship game. So, we revamped our team. And we wanted to go a little bit more that route. But, again, we got to make plays in the passing game, and he'll get better at that every single week.
Coach, you just talked about Birmingham, and you got the Stallions next here on the schedule. What's the game plan heading into this one? Both teams 5-2 at the top of their division. It's going to be a tough matchup.
Yeah, I mean, look, they're the reigning defending champions. Skip Holtz has, done a nice job, and they've had to do it a little differently this year like us. I mean, last year when we played, we were, I believe, 5-1. They were 6-0, and now you got, two of the two top best records in the league squaring off again. So what we have done is had consistency with our players, our wins, and making those pushes in the end of the season. But quite honestly, guys, the game plan is punch them in the mouth for 4 quarters. And that's what we have to do across the board. We got to win the battle in the trenches. And we just got to be violent and attack them every single snap. We're at home. I'm asking the fan base to show up. We need more fans there. I believe the Cardinals aren't playing, or at least they're not playing at home. I think it's just a unique opportunity for us to really showcase our team versus a very talented Birmingham team and give it the best we got, from the fan base to us to everybody.
Anthony, I'm looking at Hakeem Butler. He's one of the players that we all know, and we've seen him around for a couple of years. He's one of the better players. He only had a couple of targets. Is that just a system of not being able to get him the ball, just the coverages that they're facing? How do you get him more involved in the game plan?
Well, no. I mean, obviously, number one, we got to convert more third downs, right? We haven't been really good there. We have to stay ahead of the chains, and if we get more snaps, then obviously more guys can get the chances to get the football. The thing, though, people don't know is Hakeem didn't practice last week because he had the flu all week. So he showed up for the game, and a lot of the game plan stuff, honestly, we weren't sure if he was going to be there or not. So, again, it's all random sometimes, but I promise you this, we are cognizant of the fact that he is a playmaker. He's a guy that's a mismatch problem, and these conversations happen early and often in the week, and he's practiced all week. He's good to go. And, again, I would count on an uptick on his production this week as we head against this team.
You talked about practice. We heard that you all had to move practice up today because of the heat down there in Texas. What was that like for your players, and how are they adapting to how hot it is right now?
Well, I'll be honest with you. We didn't adjust our schedule, but we did adjust our tempo. We had a walk-through practice today. We kept it at the same time because it's vitally important for us to install in the morning and do the things we do. When we did go out there, though, the heat protocol wasn't even in effect yet because of the fact that it was a little cloudy and overcast. It kind of saved us a little bit. So the guys got on the field. We had 2 days of really light work. We're raising the mentals, and I'm putting some trust into my players that they've earned in the first part of the season. And now we'll have a really good practice tomorrow. We'll have fresh legs. We'll have a lot of energy. We'll have a lot of 1-2, and we'll have a team that ultimately all they have to do is bring focus and precision to the field, and you're going to see a team that looks fresh and flying around.
Anthony, I'm always intrigued by that because when I played in Pittsburgh, Mike Tomlin's first year, and you know how this goes. Normally after week 8 or 9, you take the pads off. This man had us in full pads all the way into the playoffs every Wednesday. It was ridiculous. How do you decide when to take the pads off, when you need more physical versus when you need more mental in a game plan in preparation for a game?
Yeah, this is something I've tried to, really master in my tenure here, and I think we have a really good plan. First off, we can't put pads on it. We don't have the bodies. We don't have the practice squad players. We don't have, sometimes we have 5-day weeks, 6-day weeks, Sunday game to Friday night game. So, again, you got to be strategic. You got to have a very mature team that takes accountability for what they're doing week in and week out. You got to have trust in your players that they're going to go out there and do it right. And, again, you're not going to tackle. You're not going to do a lot of the physical stuff, and a lot of teams are in the same boat. So who prepares better early on in training camp leading into the season so that you can go out there and perform and be at your best? The biggest thing is health. And I think right now we feel good, we're fresh, and we're going to lean on that. And the coach's job is to get these guys mentally prepared, and the player's job is to go out there and perform and execute at a high level.
Last thing for Coach Anthony Becht here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Coach, just in general, what's the best piece of advice that you've received as a coach?
I've acquired a lot of knowledge, guys. I played for 5 different organizations in the NFL, 7 different head coaches. 2 of them were firings and taken over mid-season. And, they taught me a lot of what to do and, honestly, what not to do. And then I have my own vision, right? So, again, I just think it's an acquired talent. And then you got to have a feel for it, man. You got to get great players. I'm very heavily involved in the personnel. And if you find the right guys that do the right things, have great character, and you can trust them, they'll, and then you give them the proper messaging. I'm a big messaging coach. Every day, every morning, our team gets a slideshow from me on something. And it's not coach speak. It's legit stuff. It's life. It's football. And I hammer it home every single day. We don't just wake up and break up the meetings. These guys get real messaging. And to me, that's critical. And I don't care if we're together for a month, 2 months, 3 months. We don't have a whole year, but I'm trying to help these guys succeed. And I want these guys to believe in what they're doing. And if they do that, they're going to run through a wall for me. And right now they're doing that, and they're going to continue to do that, and we're excited about it. So I've acquired that advice across multiple coaches, multiple people, and I've put my sprinkle on it on my own, man, and try to make it the best I can.
Great stuff. Coach, we appreciate you. Thanks so much for joining us. Go get them this weekend. I'm taking the kids to the Battle Dome, so we'll be there.
Love it. Let's go. Bring one friend, right? Everybody bring somebody, one friend with them. I think it's going to be a rocking crowd, and I can't wait to see the fans coming out of the tunnel this week.
Amen. I agree. Coach, thank you. We'll talk to you next week.
Go Battlehawks.
See ya.
You got it.
It's Fastlane on 101 at ESPN. It should be a great game. Stallions, as Jamie you brought up with the records. I mean, this is the team.
I mean, that's a legit team.
Yeah, this is still one of your measuring stick games, I think. In the UFL, is these Stallions. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. We do need a new Beat the Streak contestant, so if you want to participate in Beat the Streak, all you have to do is text in right now, 314-399-9646. You can do BTS or Beat the Streak, however you want to do it, just text in, and you have an opportunity to play Beat the Streak, which is at the top of the hour. We do have the Sports Six-Pack next, so while you're doing that, just go ahead and send in a question, too. 314-399-9646. Again, is the Air Comfort Service text line. Sports Six-Pack next. Auto Center's Nissan Herculaneum, they've got a great deal going on right now. In fact, they've got several great deals during their Bloom and Vroom sales event. You could score big with no payments for 6 months on select new Nissans. They've got no payments for 3 months on used vehicles. So maybe you're not in the market for a brand new Nissan, but you could take advantage of the used vehicles that they have at Auto Center's Nissan. And by the way, they have over 800 new and used vehicles all in one easy location out in Herculaneum. At Auto Center's Nissan, complimentary new car lifetime warranty and a 30-day new car return promise, as well as 3 oil changes included with every new Nissan. If your credit has seen better days, don't worry. They've got the best financing department that you're going to find at any dealership. Their credit experts can help almost any situation. So head out to Herculaneum or check them out online, autocentersnissan.com. When you do head out to Herculaneum, tell them Stalter sent you. It's Auto Centers Nissan, where the inventory's big, the savings are bigger, and the nonsense is nowhere to be found.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
The Sports Six-Pack is refreshed by the Finnish Long Drink, Finland's best-kept secret. A sparkling citrus beverage made with real liquor. Visit thelongdrink.com.
Time for the Sports Six-Pack here on the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. The Air Comfort Service text line is 314-399-9646. Question 1, please, Marsh.
Question number 1.
All right, gentlemen, I think this is a question that could last the entire segment.
Oh, last a
lifetime. It could. From the 636, what's the one hill that you die on no matter what?
That I told that story about Derrick Henry a couple of weeks ago. That Jamie then just decided to repeat.
I don't.
And then act like he wasn't here.
Anthony, I would not do that.
I don't recall it.
You did do
But you
that.
remember me telling the story, don't you?
Yeah, he told it today.
See?
I was here for that.
So that's the hill I would die on.
What's the hill I would die on? There's a lot of them. Once I dig my heels in, even if I'm wrong, I die. I don't care.
I don't really have.
That's not a great thing, I heard.
That's probably not.
Oh, stop. Who the hell are you kidding? I love how you try to polish up your halo.
Holy smokes.
My gosh, Carey. You too. Who are you kidding?
Yeah.
You got a lot of nerve today.
What's the hill you die on, Carey? Come on.
I don't have any.
Yes, you have at least one show.
Yeah.
I can't think of any. I mean,
he'll die on the hill that he doesn't want 18 games and you can only play 16.
I will die on that hill. No,
I'll come up with your answers.
That was, thank you. You're my Karen.
Okay, it's fine.
She was smart.
She was really smart, girl.
Yeah.
Still is.
The 18 games is a dumbass idea. And I will take that with me, and whoever wants to argue with it, we can do that. That's a dumbass plan, a dumbass idea. Whoever, Matt, you're probably a good fella. And I actually said it later. I didn't even blame Matt. I blame his editor. The hell you let him release that damn story. It's a dumbass
for the
idea.
reaction that he got.
It's a dumbass idea.
Yeah, quite honestly. Hill I'll die on, if we're just stick with hockey for me, is one, I think the playoffs should go back to the top 8 teams in each conference. First place would play 8th place and work your way down from there. I don't think enough teams are being rewarded for a good regular season. Hence, you had the Lightning and the Panthers, 2 powerhouse teams that had to play each other in the first round. You had the Avalanche and the Stars that had to play each other in the first round. Like Toronto and Ottawa. Like, these are great matchups further down.
Yeah.
So I think, you have 1 play 8, 2 play 7, and blah, blah, blah from there. That's the one hill I'll die on. And the other one is that overtime in the NHL has to be changed. The red line, to me, no over and back. Once you cross the red line,
regular season overtime.
Regular season, yes, not playoffs. Leave that the way it is. But once you cross the red line, 2 things happen. 1, you can't go back over red line, but then there's also no offsides anymore. Once you cross the red line, there's no offside. So you can have players all over the ice. That'll open it up. You'll get that exciting action that you got originally with the overtime when teams didn't figure out how to drag it out forever. It was very exciting at first. Remember, like, oh my gosh, it was end to end to end to end. And then teams figured, well, why are we doing that? Why are we exchanging chances? Why don't we just tire out the other team for 2.5 minutes of dragging the puck around?
Right.
And then when they're tired, we'll go for it.
Another one that I have is the play where the running back of the ball carrier sticks the ball out. And it goes through the end zone. That should not be an automatic given. That you shouldn't give the ball to the defense. You want to penalize the offense. I don't care if you back them up 20 yards. Don't give a crap. But the fact that the ball gets extended out and the defense gets rewarded for doing absolutely nothing is stupid to me. And I will die on that hill.
Get the tip of the ball to the line. Just to get the tip in.
Just the tip, Anthony.
You know, another hill I'll die on.
Even if it's just the tip, you get credit for the scoring.
Yeah, you do. Another hill I'll die on is I think you should be allotted 1 slap per year. Like, you should be able to slap 1 person per. You only get 1, so you have to use your slap wisely.
Like the purge.
Like one day, but everybody has 1 slap. So you got to be careful in how you treat people because you could disrespect somebody and they could use their slap on you. But you get one slap. Every person, every human being gets one slap. Now, you can't slap babies or older people. You got to slap someone in your age range.
No, if we're going to have the slap, we're going to make rules.
Yeah,
true.
You get to slap someone in your age range. So, 25 to 35 and 36 to 40.
What if I want to slap a 25-year-old? I'm not allowed to?
You got to wait a year.
Why?
You gotta let them be just. Well, you know what? I'll change that rule. 18 and up, you can slap the hell out of them until they're 65.
If you can go to war for your country, you get slapped in the face.
Until they're 65. 18 to 65, you're in that age range. Slap the hell out of them.
And then 65 up, they all can slap each other. Yeah.
18 and under,
I hate this.
They can slap each other.
I've got two predictions. One, you two wouldn't last the entire month of January without using yours. And you, Marsh, wouldn't use yours at all.
That's not
an
true.
entire year.
I don't think that's true at all.
Oh,
You
I
think,
do.
can you give someone your slap?
Can you trade a slap?
Yeah.
No. I'll trade you my month slap for lunch. See? I got 2 slaps. Keep your head on a swivel.
I say no on that.
No, I'd use my slap. You wouldn't know when it was coming, though. And you'd be like, wow,
Hey,
Marcy used his slap in the middle of September.
Yeah.
Do you have to ambush them or do they have to stand there and take it like the power slap?
You're disrespectful, and you say, you know what? Right now, I slap you. And that's what it is. And
What if I still have a slap too and I'm like, okay, fine.
That's the risk you run.
Right.
That's
Then
the
my
risk you
slap
run.
is going to you
There
next.
you go. If you are a fast lane idiot and somebody wants to slap the hell out of you for it, and it just people, you would just have people being more respectful.
The more I think about it, Carey, the more I like it.
See what I'm saying?
I'm fine with it.
Oh, yeah, G-Dog's got a good point. He goes, in the sneak peek, he says, I'm selling my slap to the highest bidder.
Can we do that?
If we can sell
If
it.
you can sell it.
But then that's no good because then
You know
you
what?
can have a
I don't want
rich,
to sell. No, I don't want to
you
sell.
can have a rich Diamondback who can buy everybody's slaps and slap everybody, and he's the biggest Diamondback in the room.
And he needs to be slapped.
But he might not slap you,
smart.
though.
Yeah.
You
But I don't want him slapping other people just because he has money.
No, you can't
Put it
trade
in the
your slap.
contract.
You get one slap per year. It's yours and yours
Just
alone.
one a year? I
One
thought
a
it was
year.
one a month.
No, it's
No, one a year. That's why I said you wouldn't make it through January.
No,
You get one a year.
I thought it was one a month.
You have to use it.
No, it's
you
one-
have to
one a
use it
year.
wisely. You can only slap one
Jimmy
person.
gets so
a
excited.
year.
Oh, man, I'd have a list. I'd have rankings.
Yeah. Moving you up today.
You just got moved to the top 5.
And they don't carry over. So if you don't use your slap this year, it
It's
doesn't
not like
carry over.
vacation time?
No. You only get one slap per year.
So you
It
get
does
right
not
to the end
carry
and just be
over.
like, hey, man, I'm sorry, but I got to use this slap.
Oh,
Yeah,
that sucks.
maybe. You don't even deserve it, but I don't want to waste it.
Could you imagine slapping someone while you're watching the ball drop? There's about 10 seconds left, and you just slap the crap out of somebody right before the
And then
New Year
You
starts.
slap him again. As soon as the ball drops.
Oh, man.
You got your 2 slaps in.
That's tough. That's
Hey,
real
you're
tough.
never with me on New Year's Eve. Why are you with me? No reason.
Why are you here?
The hill that I'll die on, and I think this is the dumbest thing ever, is NHL teams that have colored helmets with white uniforms, a.k.a. the Carolina Hurricanes.
Capitals did it too.
The Capitals did it too. Actually, they played the Blues when they did it.
Yeah.
It looks so stupid.
It's
This
a
is
rough
the
look.
National Hockey League. This ain't, major junior. It's not the AHL. This is the NHL. Look like an NHL team. Yes, Jamie, you have your hand up.
Yeah, I have a question for you. What are your feelings on the teams that put their logos on their helmets in the NHL? Like when they've done the stadium series where like the Red Wings have the big red wing on the helmet.
It looks like a football helmet?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it looks stupid.
Okay.
There you have
Me
it.
too.
March, good call on that last in the entire segment.
I told you.
Beat the streak, bet the board next. Underdog just became one of the best places to make your entries during the basketball playoffs with their Extender promo. With the Extender, you can play your way to increasingly bigger boost each round of the playoffs. Underdog is also the leading place to make all your sports selections, whether it's basketball, baseball, hockey. You can play now in our state of Missouri, and millions of fans have already won billions making plays on Underdog, and you could be next. To play, all you have to do, download the app, choose whether or not a player will go higher or lower on one of their stats. So for basketball, obviously you're talking about points, assists, rebounds. For hockey, you got points, assists, goals. Baseball, you get the idea. Playing Underdog is a layup. Just pick higher or lower on those stats, and then you can win once your entry feels good. You can play for as little as $1. If you get everything right, you can win up to 1,000 times your money. Download the Underdog app. Sign up with my promo code Anthony to unlock a special offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit. Again, that promo code is Anthony. Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama, Nebraska, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/extend.html for details. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncbgambling.org.
I want to hit baseballs.
All of my successes depend on me.
You're ready to hit.
The hits just keep on coming.
And his first big league hit is a bullet up the middle.
All right, 101 ESPN, you're back in the fast lane. It is time for Beat the Streak. Heading out to our hotline. Who we got here, Marshy?
So we have Ben joining the show.
Ben, how you doing, bud?
Good. How about you guys?
I'm good, man. All right, you know how this works, right, Ben?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Marshy, what are the standings here?
All right, our current standings.
This is time. This is out.
I have 14.
Oh!
I have 14. Carey has 6, which is his longest streak in 2025. Jamie, you have 5, which is your longest streak of 2025. Anthony is at 1, and of course we bring in Ben because Neil, unfortunately, did not get a hit because of Nolan Arenado.
All right, so Marshy, you'll have to refresh my memory. When we got a newbie, do they pick last or first?
He's last.
Last.
Oh, sorry about that, Ben. I tried. Not very hard, but I did try.
Appreciate it.
All right, Marshy, let's go.
I'm going to go with Yvonne Herrera tonight.
Yvonne, a croissant.
I'm going to go with Trey Turner.
Yeah, always. Why?
He hits Sonny Gray really well.
He's pretty good. Pretty good. All right. It's is it Anthony?
It's you.
It's me. I'm gonna go with. I have a feeling that Brendan Donovan is gonna get one. No, it's Anthony.
Anthony said he would go with Nolan Gorman because he does not believe he'll get a hit tonight.
Okay. All right, Ben, you got the rest available to you.
I think Mason Wynn's going to get one today.
All right, I like that too. All right, so if Mason Wynn gets a hit, Ben, you'll be back here again tomorrow and beat the streak.
Sounds good. I hope it happens.
Yeah, all right, buddy. Good luck.
Thanks. You too, guys.
All right, cool. Now we head right into Bet the Board, baby. All right, it is time for Bet the Board. Did you guys hit last night? Miro Heiskanen hit. Oh, baby.
Did I hit?
Carey was the only one of us not to hit because the Yankees lost 2-1 to the Seattle Mariners in extra innings.
Anthony was shaking you off when you made that pick, too. That's brutal. All right, Anthony's in the lead right now. He's running away with it. What's his pick today?
I believe he went with the Knicks plus 5.5.
Yep.
Or was it 5.5 or 5?
It was 5.5, I
Okay,
think.
Knicks plus 5.5 is Anthony's pick.
And then, is it you, Marshy?
No, it is you, Jamie.
All right. I'm going to go with the Florida Panthers on the road in Toronto on the money line, minus 141.
Give me Marcell Ozuna, 1.5 hits, runs, RBI. You like that, don't you, Jamie?
No, I hate it.
Yeah, well,
I hate the play.
Deal with it.
It's terrible.
Deal with it.
I am going to go with the Celtics money line tonight. I feel like everybody
you're fading Anthony.
in their well, not technically.
Well.
The Celtics could still win, and Anthony could still win as well. Could be a close game, but I feel like everyone is going to fade the Celtics tonight because Jason Tatum is out.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go against the grain tonight.
All
so
right.
Celtics money line for me.
All right, that's Beat the Streak and Bet the Board. Marshy, do we have any more sports six-packs? Since we only got to one question, I figured we'd circle back on that.
We did get a ton of questions.
I'm sure we did.
This one's interesting from the 217. Do you guys think in the 4 professional sports, the league should shorten the regular season? The 217 says, I personally think hockey and baseball should be shorter. And that's something that's come up with the NBA because of all the injuries that are happening right now. They think that the regular season should be shorter.
You want to know what's frustrating to me? You know, like guys in the 70s and 80s, all they did was drink beer after games and
smoke cigarettes.
And they played in every damn game. And now we have all of this modern medicine, all of these things to help you recover, be better on the field, on the ice, on the court. And your ass can't play every damn game? What the? I hate it. No, don't shorten it. Toughen up, Buttercup. Like, just play, man.
To be fair, and this is it's not just me because, my feelings. The NBA is really the only league where they're doing the whole load management.
I agree.
Like, we had Ryan Suter, who played over 1,500 games, played every single game this year.
And I love it.
I know.
The NBA
So, to be fair, we can't get mad at hockey, football, baseball. Like, baseball's 162. Very few players play every game.
True. That's not the norm. But they don't take 25, 30, 40 games off. Like, they play 150 games, 145 games. Like, they're playing the
Most
vast
guys
majority.
want to play
Correct.
every game.
The NBA is full of guys that are a little softer, on the softer side.
What do you do as a coach in the NBA? And this is, I guess, my own sports six-pack for you, Carey, and you, Marshy. What do you do as a coach in the NBA if your players start coming to you talking about how they want certain games off because they're going to need a rest?
All right.
Now, remember, it's the NBA. You've got 5 starters.
I would throw up in my mouth. I would throw up in my mouth.
Think about this for a second. Here's a scenario. Like, I don't know, let's just use Jason Tatum as an example. He's injured right now, so it's irrelevant, right? But he comes to the coach, and he's like, yeah, coach, I've been eyeballing the schedule here the next month coming up, and slides a piece of paper, goes, here are the games
I want.
Here are the games I'm going to need off. Okay, it's like getting on your ADP here at work. You're requesting days off. Tommy Mattern is the head coach, and he's got to okay your time off.
That would make me throw up, man. I can't understand it, and I think
you can't do anything because it's your best players.
Yeah, I think when it comes to the load management, I think that's something that they all kind of work in agreement with. They all kind of come to an understanding.
When did it start to be a thing?
You know what? It started, in my opinion, with Kawhi Leonard, who has chronic knee pain. Like, he is a guy that needed time
that's
off.
not called load management. That's called I'm too sore to play.
Not for him, but they kind of coined that phrase, in my opinion. I think it started with Kawhi, who, again, has chronic knee pain, and he would take certain games off. And then everybody else was like, oh, well, yeah, he's doing it. Well, I'm a little sore. I could take some days off. And I hate the concept. I hate the mindset. I hate the fact that, man, you're getting paid to play. And I had some injuries that I'm sure you did. You told me you played with a broken foot, right? You were in a boot.
For about 20 games.
Yeah, you were in a boot when you were walking and in a skate when you were playing.
Correct.
Just to keep it
keep it all together.
There you go. So it doesn't fall apart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I just can't fathom people not wanting to play. Like, you don't want to play. You can sit there and watch I don't want to practice. I gotta tell you the truth. I didn't.
I'll take practice off. I'm fine with that.
I didn't want to always
manage your practice days.
Hey,
go for it.
Not a problem. Allen Iverson, no practice. Yeah,
Grant Fuhr, when he was here my first year, I think he started 78 games out of 80, maybe 79 games out of 80 that year. He barely practiced second half of the year. Guess what? Nobody cared.
There you go. Because he showed up come game time.
Yep.
I'll take practice off, but I can't stomach taking games off. Like, you worked your butt off to get to that level. I want to play.
Teammates.
I want to play every game.
So, like, guys, you and I were guys that, not disrespecting either of us, we weren't all-stars on the respective teams that we played. We were role players.
Correct.
And so if we took a game off, there's an impact, but not like if Ben Roethlisberger or Brett Hull took a day off because they're tired or tuckered out. Correct. That affects everybody. So when LeBron, Steph Curry, I'm just naming some of the best. When they do that, when they take those games off, it affects the guys around them, too.
It's almost like you're saying we're waving a white flag on this specific game.
Well, it's almost like you're saying, screw you. I don't care about you because I'm caring about me. I don't care about this team. I don't care about the guy who spent $150. I don't care about it's the kid's first game ever coming to an NBA game.
That's why I said I don't think it's solely on the players. I think it's management. I think it's the training staff. I think it's the head coach. I think it's all of them agreeing to it, but I still think it's a dumbass idea.
Yeah, I can't wrap my brain around the fact that there's a player that would knowingly just ask for a day off and a coach that feels like he has no say in the matter and give him said day off.
I couldn't. I want to play every single game. And I played some games where I had things that hurt on me that
I played some games where I don't even know how I got out of the house.
Yeah. I'm here. I'm ready.
Then I don't even remember how I got home after that.
It's all a blur.
Oh, God. Marshy, what's your stance on this?
I think it's ridiculous. I don't think teams should be allowing their players to just take games off unless they are actually injured. Like, why are we paying you all this money then?
So hypothetical, and I agree with you, by the way, and I'm not pushing back. This isn't an argument. It just popped in my head. So hypothetical is if that's your stance as a coach, unless you're injured. So now, LeBron James, I'll just use him. He walks into your office with a little bit of a limp going. Twisted his ankle a little bit last game. I don't think it'd be the best thing for me to play tonight. But now you're thinking in your head, you get the video guy in, and you're going through the whole game, and you don't quite see where the injury might be. But are you willing to call his bluff? Or do you have to just go with it and say, okay, I guess he's injured?
No, I think what I'm doing is, even if he doesn't want to play, he's showing up and putting his uniform on. These guys in the NBA,
that drives me
they
crazy.
just show up and they don't. They're just in their street clothes. Like, put your uniform on and have a little bit of gamesmanship.
Yeah.
Because maybe the other team is like, hey, it doesn't look like LeBron is playing tonight. However, there could be a chance he comes off the bench, and we need to be ready for that.
I would agree with that.
So you're thinking about it a little bit. And maybe there's a point in the game where, like, LeBron himself could be thinking, man, I could give 5 minutes here and change the course of the game.
This is an opportunity. I could help win this game for my team.
I could help win the game because I'm that good, right?
Ready to play.
So
today,
I don't know. It's annoying. Oh. It's annoying. I think that's why a lot of people are turned off by the NBA.
Yep. Me included. All right. We wrapping it up with what we learned, criticisms, compliments, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Coming up next here on 101 ESPN. It's that time of year. If you're looking to sell your home, look, the selling market can be very complicated with interest rates where they're at and sometimes overpricing your home where it sits on the market too long. Don't do that. Don't guess. Don't trust just a regular real estate agent who kind of sort of dabbles into the business. No. Call Gloria Liu with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. She's been in the business for over 20 years, and her sole purpose is to sell your home and get you the most money for that. So to do that in the St. Louis area, you have to understand where the house is located and what the price ranges are and where the market is trending. That's where Gloria Liu really shines. She knows exactly about the zip code that you live in, what the houses around you are selling for, and she's going to get your home sold fast and make you the most money. And it's pretty easy. All you have to do is pick up the phone and call her. Call her and tell her Jamie Rivers sent you in. Her number's 314-325-6888. Again, that's 314-325-6888. Or you can always visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. All right, just talked to you about Gloria Liu and selling your home and all that stuff. How about purchasing a home? That can be complicated too. And once you get beyond the real estate agent, you're going to need a great lender. And that is Stewie from Stewart's American Mortgage Corporation. Stewie helped me purchase a home in November. And I've purchased several homes in the course of my lifetime, and it's never been as easy as it was with Stewie. He has a list of things to do in order. He walks you through it. After everything is accomplished, he gives you the folder with all of the information that you have. He had the pre-approval letter given to me, and we could edit it in order to make sure that we got the best price out there available for the home and got our bid in, and we got to the closing table. And that's all thanks to Stewie. And purchasing homes is not all that he does. There's debt consolidation. You can refinance a current existing loan as well. He's the man with the plan, so give him a call on his personal cell phone number. That's the best part. He hands out his personal cell phone number so you can get a hold of him just like I did. And he absolutely loves helping out 101 ESPN listeners, and he loves coming on here and talking about it. So please give him a call at 314-324-4440. Again, that's 314-324-4440. If you can't remember that number or you want to check him out online, you can always Google the Bagel Loan.
NMLS number 226715.
ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Cardinals' win streak was snapped earlier today. They lost to the Phillies, but they have a chance to get a new win streak going. The second game of today's doubleheader is already underway in the top of the first inning. 0-0 is the score. If you miss anything from today's show, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page and you'll find all of our interviews and all of our shows. And that's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. We are off early today. We'll have the Celtics and the Knicks game for you. Game 5. That's coming up right after what we learned and 3 stars of the day. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga
Heating and Cooling,
a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
Welcome back to the Fast Lane here, 101 ESPN. Like Marshy said, we're off a little bit early today. So we're going to jump right into things that we discussed today. You check them out on the podcast over at 101ESPN.com or the mobile app. All that brought to you by
Schaefer Door Company.
Schaefer Door Company. Look at you guys. Well done. Okay. Marshy, what we learned today. Did Anthony give us anything? Probably not. Didn't learn much.
He learned that we don't listen still. Because he claims that he told that Derrick Henry story 2 weeks ago and
clearly did.
They haven't found it yet. So.
All right. Well, we actually have Jordan Deacon in here as well. Let's turn her mic on. She's been listening for 3.5 hours.
She has.
I bet she's learned some things. Jordan, what'd you learn today?
I learn so much every time I'm here. I think I will say I'll stick with the lineup game. That was the main reason I was in here today, to see how it all goes down behind the scenes. And Marsh does a great job explaining it all. So I'm gonna go with the lineup game as the other side of it, learning not to.
All right, cool. Marshy, you.
I learned something that Jordan said earlier in the day, and she said, you never really grow up. And I think that speaks volumes to the people in this room.
I like that.
I like that too, although the one is missing.
He's listening.
Yeah, he better be. Carey?
I learned that no matter what you say, people don't always hear you. And maybe it's not that they don't hear you. Maybe they don't comprehend what you actually just said.
Yeah.
Like, listening is a skill, Jamie. Like, you have to, I like to say God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth. You should listen twice as much as you talk.
Wow. Andrew Brandt,
he came up with that himself. It was all him. So, yeah, you got to listen more. Some people don't. And it's unfortunate.
Yeah, I learned a couple things today. I learned that Carey absolutely despises NFL players getting a couple of games off.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
that's
hates that. I mean, go back and listen to that on the podcast. I mean, it's pretty intense, and Carey's pretty passionate.
It's a dumbass idea.
There you go. That's a glimpse of what he had to say. I also learned that Anthony Stalter likes to make up stories. Not just tell stories on the radio, but make up stories of people that he told a story to. I had a wonderful story regarding Derrick Henry, and Anthony tried to hijack it and say that he said it 2 weeks before, where clearly I probably was in Winnipeg at the time. I wasn't sitting in this chair.
Ridiculous.
So, yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right, Marshy, what else we got?
Well, Anthony said he is listening.
Thanks,
he is listening. I added an emoji, too. We usually see that in the group chat. It's a very frequent emoji.
We do see that often.
We see that often. Congratulations to Ben, who we just had on the show for Beat the Streak. He will be back for the next game because Mason Wynn got a base hit. How about that?
Good for Ben.
Good for him.
Happy for Ben. Do we have criticism, compliments? Do we have time for that? We're going right to 3 stars, buddy.
Why don't we do our 3 stars of the day? Because I think these 3 stars themselves will produce some chatter.
Okay.
It's time for the Fast Lane's 3 stars of the day. Presented by Circus Sports Illinois. Sports betting the way it should be.
All right, our 3rd star of the day is going to go out to one of Carey Davis's favorite sayings, at least of the day, and that is, it's a dumbass idea.
Yes.
This is true.
Yep. I don't know what the over-under was. I'd said it about 20. You said that phrase.
About that 18, 16 thing? Yeah, that's a dumbass idea.
Yeah. I'll take the over on that one.
Okay.
Our 2nd star of the day goes out to 1 slap per year.
Yes. Just 1. Use it wisely.
I mean, I'm behind it. I of course, thought it was 1 a month. I was really behind that idea.
That's too many.
Even if I get slapped in the face once a month, I mean, I'm still.
You think about it, though. If you get
Do you
one.
think you
listen,
automatically get slapped, though?
But that's the thing. You get 1 slap per year. If you get, like, everybody gets 1 slap per year.
If you're a real Diamondback,
like 8 times in a year, that should tell you about yourself.
It's a great idea, Carey.
Like
You're right.
somebody thought to use their 1 slap per year on you, and you've been slapped multiple times this calendar year. At what point do you change?
Well, I'll tell you when I change. when multiple people from different walks of my life.
That's all I'm saying.
Like 2 people from Hubbard slap me.
There you go.
A couple of people on the Blues slap me.
There you go. Synergy. Somebody slaps you. Like
family members slap me. Restaurant workers slap me.
They're using their one slap on you, and now you have to reevaluate.
You know what the slap becomes? It becomes like the shock collar for the dog.
It's a corrector.
Yeah,
You're gonna be corrected.
I love it.
Yeah.
I think you should trademark it and sell it.
All right.
Dana White will buy it.
Done.
And of course, our first star of the day goes out to a story that may or may not be true. Who knows? The Derrick Henry story. Well, that story's true. It's just who presented it.
Suspect on that one there. Yeah. He's living on and dying on that hill.
Yeah, he is.
All right, that'll do it here for us in the fast lane. We'll be back to regular hours tomorrow. We appreciate you listening. I hope you all have a safe ride home. Have a great evening. Check out the Maple Leafs and the Panthers tonight. Leafs going down. My Panthers going to take the victory. Everybody have a great night. See ya.